story begins when the sky emitted tons of golden lightning at the same time, and it struck down Linhai City at the Dragon Kingdom. Countless monsters wormed their way into reality from the other world, causing humanity to face the biggest calamity that it has ever seen. Thankfully, the heavens never abandon humanity. A mysterious mark suddenly appeared on the back of every human's hand, and through it, they awoke a variety of unique occupations. From then on, the era of changing occupations to become hunters was kick-started for humanity. Amongst the many who became awakened, there were only 3 people with mythic ranked classes, one of which is from the United States of America, a Ghostblade user named Alphard. From Russia, there's a Hell Dragon rider named Rastif, and lastly, the Frost Nation Frost Mage King, Quan Jixian. As the mythic ranked occupations far outclassed the rest, it led to the Lighthouse Kingdom, Russian, and the Frost Nation to overtake all other countries in their rate of progress on conquering other countries. 100 years ago, a prodigy like them had once appeared in the Dragon Kingdom as well. Dragon Kingdom's top expert is named Asura. Within a mere 10 years, he created the highest record ever found in China, and became the first one to make it through the 70th world. However, when the strongest 9th rank monster wave invaded Earth, Asura, who has changed classes 8 times, died defending against the rift. He sacrificed himself to protect the kingdom. It was the 100th anniversary of Xu Luo's death as a hero. During the memorial ceremony launched in the capital city the day before yesterday, all the Dragon Kingdom's top hunters appeared to attend the ceremony. And at the same time, statistics showed that the kingdom had 12,350,000 awakeners for that year, which is 11.3% more than last year, and the highest record since the Otherworld had first descended upon Earth 10 years ago. 10% of awakeners are currently made up of core hunters, which has greatly surpassed the number of awakeners that had been awakened during Asura's birth year. Because of that, they were hoping to witness another appearance of the next Asura. A man is lying down in his bare room. While listening to news that the main gate to the Otherworld is about to open, hunters were advised to prepare themselves. The man looked lifeless with a bottle of pills beside him. Again, the news was repeated. But when the man heard that hunters are asked to prepare themselves, the man looked horrified. All of a sudden, he sat up. It was like he's a different person now. This man looked around to figure out where he was because he thought he'd die. His head hurt so much. Then he started seeing fragments of painful memories, like working a difficult job, being told that he's a trash, not being able to pay his brother's medical fees, complaining being a monster tamer in a poor family, and with all of these piling up, he decided to end his life by overdosing on pills. The confused man wondered whose memories are those. He never imagined that he would be reincarnated into the body of someone with the exact same name as him 100 years later. He recalled that the man was a monster tamer. The monster tamer class mainly relies on their pets to fight. Other than raising their own level, their pet's growth attribute can't fall behind either. Someone had once analyzed that in order to nurture a powerful monster tamer, one would need to be at least as wealthy as an entire nation. To an ordinary person, awakening as a monster tamer would indeed be bad news. Now he knew the story of the good-for-nothing young Zhang Yue who failed at life and took his own life. He looked at the picture on the wall. This reincarnated person was the opposite of that. He was once the strongest awakener in the whole Dragon Kingdom and was well known with the name Asura, since he had already taken over the body and had been revived once again. He decided to bear all the man's responsibilities and regrets, and conquer the other world where the weak are at the mercy of the strongest. It's his gesture of showing his gratitude. There was an announcement again that the main gate to the other world is about to open. The man stood before the gate, and he opened it. A bright ring of light appeared. It was the spatial gate. He entered it. The system greeted Asura, and reported that he had been offline for 36,552 days. He stood there while several window screens opened. He had received ability power points of 221,066,496,000. The system congratulated him on being the first to defeat a 9th rank monster wave. He had completed the mythic rank achievement in a class of his own. For that, he had obtained a reward which is a mythic rank treasure, Supreme Divine Decree. The Supreme Divine Decree will be activated automatically. He also obtained a permanent buff, which is a 10,000-fold increase in earning ability power in the other world, whilst both online and offline. The effect has been applied to him, and he has obtained an additional 99x offline rewards, which totals to 2,110,143,893,503,000 ability points. He was surprised to see quadrillions of ability power. It was a generous reward for clearing the highest-ranked monster wave in the world, The system notified him that he also had obtained a class reset. He was asked to choose from one of the 7 mythic rank core classes. The choices are Knight Undead Death Knight, Warrior, Dark Swordsman, Assassin, Shadow Reaper, Priest, Divine Priest, Mage, Hellfire Mage, Archer, Spectral Hunter, Monster Tamer, Necromancer. Asura awoke as an epic class warrior 100 years ago, but the strongest core class in the Otherworld during that time was actually the Monster Tamers. The only issue with that occupation is the astronomical amount of ability power needed for them to level up themselves and their pets, causing growth for that class to be immensely difficult. However, since he had been reincarnated and even have 1,000,000 years worth of offline ability power, his top choice is naturally the Necromancer. The system congratulated him on becoming the Otherworld's 4th mythic rank core hunter, Necromancer, Monster Tamer's advanced class. He received an initial 100-star rating. It was strong as expected of a mythic rank class. A Necromancer is a messenger revived from the underworld. A Necromancer has command over the strength of the dead. Only death is able to excite a Necromancer. A Necromancer has a magic attack growth, 25-star, mana growth 18-star, vitality growth 20-star, physical defense growth 18-star, and magic defense growth 19-star. It has skills like Harvest Souls, Spectre Evolution, and Death Reduction. An ordinary Monster Tamer pet's intellect is obtained through rare mission rewards, and it's impossible to improve their character. Asura didn't expect a Necromancer to not only evolve their pets, but also be able to harvest other monsters and make them their pets, as expected of a mythical rank class. In his previous life, he relied on an epic rank class to clear 70 worlds within merely 10 years and became the top ranker in China. Since he's starting out with a mythical rank class in that life, he decided to perfectly clear every last world and become the strongest not just in China, but the entire world. The sun rose. Asura entered a portal and was welcomed in the first world of the Otherworld, the source of nightmares. The safe zone he has been matched to by the system according to his log and location is Doomsday Village. He was asked if he will be continuing to use the ID Asura, or if not, he must confirm his new ID. He decided to change his ID to 0. He made it sure that in his new life, he's destined to surpass Asura's existence, and the only thing that surpasses all else is 0. He walked around the Otherworld. A woman was fascinated by how close it is to being in the real world. Another man was confused as well because they expected the Otherworld to be filled with monsters. A man replied that they are in the safe zone and the monsters are outside of that. They were notified that the first world's mission had been released. It was in the mission panel. People started preparing for it, like finding a party to join or the materials that they would need. The system window displayed details about the source of nightmares, First World. When darkness shrouded the earth, the monsters who were in a deep slumber underneath awake, and the world will eventually ruin into a calamity. As the sole survivor, the 0 must break the doomsday pattern, break the multiple calamities, and crush the darkness. The first mission is to kill a total of 1,000 monsters in the first world. Second, he must collect a total of 10 silver coins by killing monsters or carrying out missions. When he has completed the above missions, he can activate the first world's boss instant teleportation tunnel, defeat the boss, and advance to the second world. 0 noticed that the normal layout of the Otherworld didn't change much. He decided to buy some equipment first before doing the missions. He was welcomed in a shop. The equipment shop owner is Chelsea. He asked him what he needed. 0 also noticed that the system's equipment shop is also the same as before. It can only provide some basic crude items. Even the best equipment they have is only 1 star. Chelsea told 0 that if he isn't satisfied with those, he can provide a higher graded equipment for a few more copper coins. 0 dropped a bag filled with 100 copper coins, then he asked for a star magic staff. The other buyers around him were astonished. 0 received the staff. After that, people flocked to 0. They were all surprised with his move since they were only given a total of 100 copper coins and he had spent all of them. One person added that 1-star magic stuff can't add much attack power either. He was advised that instead of buying a single 1-star weapon, he would be better off buying a full set of crude items. 0 thanked them for their advice and walked away. A woman expressed her opinion that although only the weapons with a higher number of stars can be refined, the attack power would also be increased. The man replied that refining weapons require ability power, and they can only be obtained through missions to farm monsters with a low drop rate. He added that there isn't even enough of such valuable things to level up. Only a brain-dead person would do that. They continued to gossip while watching 0 walk away. He judged him to suffer later on since he doesn't have money left and had no zero defensive power. They all thought that it's impossible to do anything without money. To the normal newbie hunter, it is indeed not worth it to spend all money on a 1-star equipment. The ability power obtained by normal hunters from farming monsters is very limited, so it just wouldn't be possible for them to afford to refine 1-star equipment. Zero's weapon is called Raging Inferno Magic Staff with a 1-star. Its magic power is 5 and its level is 0. Zero is aware that he's lacking one thing, and that's the ability's power. When he spends 1 point of ability power on refining, he has a 10% chance of increasing his green attribute. The higher the attribute, the greater the cost of refinement, and the lower the chances of success. He was asked if he wanted to refine. He replied yes. He was prompted again, and he continuously replied to keep refining. His staff glowed as the refinement continued to be successful. He watched the notifications, and later on, he was informed that his equipment has already been upgraded to the highest tier. The system screen showed him that after 132 single-touch refinements with a total of 985 ability power points spent, he had obtained the gold attribute. Now his weapon is Scorching Pioneer Magic Staff. Refining 132 points showed the true power of having quadrillions of ability power points. His staff has the characteristic called Scorch, wherein every time the user attacks, it will inflict the enemy with a 3-second burn status. The enemy will lose 20 health per second. With that, Zeron's preparations are complete. It's time for him to put on a good show. At the first world, the origin of nightmares. It was the beginning of the nightmares of all the novice hunters. A hunter slashed a world with his sword, but it had no effect. The hunter was scared. It made him wonder, what is the rank of that fucking monster? It had so much health that it's impossible to deal any significant damage, yet 1 strike from it will kill them. Suddenly, a gold orb of light appeared. It was magic that eliminated that monster. The burn effect from Scorching Pioneer Magic Staff has been inflicted. Zero watched the corpse of the monster. The system informed him that he had defeated that mutated giant rat, which earned him 2 EXP and 1,000 points. 10,000-fold increase in ability points buff applied. Zero is a mythic hunter with maxed out base attribute buff, as well as max level equipment. Ordinary hunters need to team up to kill the mutated giant rat, yet I can kill one with a single shot. Other hunters noticed him. They were all curious about him since he dealt insane damage and he has all the good equipment. One woman wondered if he's an experienced hunter, but the guy refutes that. There's no way someone would have so many ability points to refine an early game newbie magic staff. They couldn't help but think of Zero as a big shot. Zero was thinking that since those level 1 monsters give him too little experience, he needed to kill monsters that are on a higher level than him to maximize his experience gain. In the first world, the origin of nightmares, other than low-ranked mutated giant rats, there's also level 3 to 4 poisonous spiders, level 5 to 7 armored scorpions, and level 8 to 9 frenzied wild boars. Lastly, the final boss of the first world, a level 10 berserk wild boar king. Now, his best option is to hunt the level 3 and above monsters at the abandoned factory. He was about to walk away, but he was blocked by those hunters. They wanted to recruit him in their party by enticing him that they have healer, tank, DPS. The women tempted him with their body too, but Zero was scared when he replied that he didn't need it, so they just backed off. They watched him walk away. Then they talked about his scary aura that's even worse than those monsters. They noticed that Zero was heading to the abandoned factory. They had heard that all the monsters in there have high levels and are extremely dangerous. They wondered if he intended to fight those monsters all alone. They couldn't help but think that the big shot is way different from regular people like them. There was a large rat with its mouth wide open. The screen showed that he had killed a level mutated giant rat. It granted him 2 EXP and 1,000 ability points. Then he killed a level 3 poisonous spider, which granted him 8 EXP and 3,000 ability points. He then killed another poisonous spider consecutively. Zero had leveled up, which also increased his vitality to 30 plus 12 mana and free 6 attribute points. He is currently at level 2, and 250 EXP points are required for the next level up. He targeted another spider. His attack created an explosion. Now, he only needs 100 EXP to level up. The scene was left with several monster corpses. He was congratulated for unlocking the first skill slot and obtained the starting skill, Tiny Fireball. He never thought that the level up reward for mythic rank hunters would be 6 times higher than ordinary hunters. Even by just leveling up by 3 levels, he already got as much as 18 free attribute points. The early game growth path of a monster tamer is the same as a mage. So, he still needs to minimize his casting time, stabilize his damage output, and increase agility. As for the starting skill, normal hunters with limited ability points usually won't waste their points on upgrading it since it doesn't have much power. Zero smiled. Because again, ability points solve it all. He decided to max out. The system confirmed his action, and later on, he had already spent 50 ability points to upgrade. Eventually, his tiny fireball has transformed and become a medium fireball. Its damage has increased to 140% and has gained a special effect of increasing the damage of burn every second by 6%. Zero liked it. Later on, he upgraded it to become an ultra fireball, a grade. It is the highest skill grade possible for his current class rank. He can upgrade once he has undergone his second class change. With that rate of progress, regardless of the outcome, he should be able to hit level 8 once he finishes the first 2 world missions. It will be enough once he challenges the final boss and completes the first clear of the first world. A groaning noise caught Zero's attention. He stood in front of a large door when he asked if someone's there. He opened the door. There he found a hunter whose leg was amputated. This person's name is Carl. He looked at the guy and pondered that aside from the hunter deaths being real, there is no difference between that world and a normal game. There are missions, dungeons, and the NPC in front of him. Carl informed Zero that his wife and children have all been killed by monsters. He sought the help of the adventurer in front of him to kill the loathsome scorpions. The system informs Zero that a storyline has been triggered. He was asked if he will take on the quest, exterminate the scorpions. Zero looked at the equipment obtained from completing the NPC missions, and it's much better than those dropped from killing monsters. Since he only has a magic staff, the mission was worth doing. The mission details are displayed. He needs to exterminate the scorpions. It's a normal mission with a level 10 difficulty. Aside from getting rid of all the scorpions, he was also requested to eliminate the leader, the Armored Scorpion King. His reward would be plus 500 EXP, plus 1 silver coin, plus 300 random 1-star equipment. Zero sensed that something had moved, but he didn't see anything. He figured out that there aren't just monsters in there. But his priority for now is to complete the mission. There were several eyes watching him from the dark. It's been a while since he saw those scorpions. Armored scorpions creeped out. These are physical type, normal monsters which are at level 5. Basically, these monsters are scorpions that have mutated due to the environmental contamination. The entire body is covered with solid armor, which helps them resist a large amount of damage. When the scorpions have activated the skill guard, the effectiveness of Zero's attacks will decrease. It charged towards Zero, but he was ready for it. Zero's staff glowed. He hit it with his ultra fireball. The armored scorpion activated the skill charge. Zero was able to dodge it, and he prepared to release his magic again. It was so powerful that it engulfed the area in flames. With that, the system notified him that he had defeated a level 5 armored scorpion. He gained plus 115 EXP and 50,000 ability points. While the ultra fireball is extremely powerful, it drains the man very quickly. From what Zero could recall, when the number of armored scorpions drops below a certain threshold, the appearance of the Armored Scorpion King will be triggered much earlier. The monster had finally appeared. It was gigantic and menacing. Zero planned to kill it before all his mana was depleted. He released Ultra Fireball. The Armored Scorpion King swats it with its tail. It had very little to no effect. It was as strong and tough as Zero remembered it to be. Then it charges towards Zero. Zero was quick on his feet, to move aside and attack from another angle. He blasted his fireball and it burned the monster. He had defeated it. He commented that he was lucky because even though he used up his mana, he managed to stop it from moving. He just needs to finish it off to complete the mission. But then, someone appeared behind him. This man had his sword ready, and another man appeared and stabbed the claw of the scorpion. They planned to steal the final blow. Zero grabbed the man from approaching the scorpion. Zero knew they were there, and finally, they had shown themselves. They were surprised that Zero already knew their plan. Zero knew that even though there are some hunters that level up through honest means, there are also some that specialize in carrying out shady business of killing and stealing from others. It's a shame that they chose the wrong target, since all the enemies that Zero had are 1,000 times stronger than this man. Zero released his power, and an image of a man appeared behind him. The bad hunter got scared. Zero didn't hesitate to blast him away with his fire. The ally of the bad hunter was stunned. He was under the impression that Zero had run out of mana. He asked how Zero could still use his skill. The man realized that Zero isn't a newbie. Zero replied that he just pretended. Had he not did that, they wouldn't show themselves. A purple fire appeared above the golden flames. The system congratulated Zero for activating the Necromancer class skill called Soul Harvesting while killing the Armored Scorpion King. He was asked if he would like to absorb the Armored Scorpion King as his pet. He commented that he's lucky to trigger the class so quickly. He absorbed it. Specks of gold flame fell to the ground. Then it turned to a dark violet flame underneath his feet. This flame approaches the enemy. The system informed Zero that he had obtained the Armored Scorpion King as his pet, and this pet is intimidating the enemy. The Necromancer class effects have been activated. The loyalty of Zero's pet, the Armored Scorpion King, had been maxed out. Zero knew that the reason why it is hard for a monster tamer to grow is because pets need to rely on the monster tamer's EXP to level up. In just the early game, double EXP are needed to level up. As the number of pets grows, the points needed to level them up increase exponentially as well. It's simply impossible for a normal person to afford it. However, EXP points are currently something that Zero had the most. So, he went to use it and upgrade to max level. The Armored Scorpion King's D rank skill guard has risen to A rank. Iron Body rank A is a passive skill that decreases the damage received by the Armored Scorpion by 30%. The man asked who exactly Zero is because it's impossible for a normal monster tamer to be as strong as him. Zero revealed that from the moment he took on the mission, he already sensed that someone was secretly spying on him. He guessed that those guys are assassins who utilize invisibility to hide themselves and attack lone players. And then they happened to receive the mission at the same time, so they planned to ambush him at the last stage and reap the Scorpion King. The man realized that they had offended the wrong person. He knew he needed to run otherwise. Zero challenged him to show how strong he is. And, in a flash, the Armored Scorpion King hit the guy in the gut. The guy begged not to be killed. Zero replied that in a world where the wheel is fodder for the strong, if one wishes to consume others, one should be prepared to be eaten. The guy lost life in his eyes when he started to be eaten. After that, the NPC thanked Zero for helping him on his revenge. With that, he considered Zero his buddy. The system screen congratulated Zero for completing the mission. He had obtained 500 EXP points, plus 1 silver coins, and 3,000 ability points. There's also an equipment called Magic Necklace and Armor Boots. Zero also leveled up to level 4. Only 2,000 EXP points are required for the next level up. He decided to take a look at the equipment. The Magic Necklace is at level 4 with 1 star. It is a necklace that was rumored in legends to have been made out of magic itself. It's said that if a person wears it, they would be able to obtain an immense amount of magic. The Armor Boots are at level 5 with 1 star, and it's a solid boot that provides hunters with a certain amount of defense. Zero commented that he's catered according to his needs. He got equipment that boosts his mana after desperately needing something to strengthen it. He went on to refine the item to the max. He used a total of 24,999 points and received the Golden Attribute equipment, the Sacred Origin of Magic. Then he spent 2985 ability points and received Hero Protection Armor. With these 2 pieces of equipment, the Armored Scorpion King and him will reach level 5 faster. A screen appeared in front of him. The screen displayed a zone announcement. All hunters in the Doomsday Village were told that the hidden dungeon, the Apocalyptic City Level 5, has appeared near the Doomsday Village. The dungeon will remain open for an hour. All hunters were advised to head towards the dungeon to carry out the mission. The first to clear the dungeon will receive a generous reward. The people were surprised to hear about the Level 5 hidden dungeon. Zero knew that being the first to clear it isn't impossible given his current strength. He decided to go for it. The portal had already appeared, so everyone was preparing for it by recruiting a party member. Most of them are aiming to clear it first because of the rewards. A man explained that given their current level, entering the dungeon would be equivalent to suicide. They may earn money, but they might not be alive to spend it. The guy reiterated that it was the sole reason that they should form a team. Zero noticed that there are quite a number of people who want to challenge the dungeon. Someone shoved him to get out of the way. It was a knight in shining gold armor. Someone called this person President. People were curious about who this person was. He is Liu Yao, the son of the wealthiest person in Linhai City, Liu Yue. The 3 biggest pharmacies in Linhai City are all owned by the Liu family. They have a net worth of over billions of dollars. The young master Liu has always acted pompous. Even his underlings are fully equipped with 1-star equipment that costs at least tens of thousands. A woman noticed Zhang Yue. It's Yue's ex-girlfriend. Her name is Lin Yuer. She approached him and mocked him for being a normal monster tamer who can't even afford his own rent and is thinking of fighting in the dungeon. Zero was fierce when he asked her if she had a problem with that. She was shocked. She expected him to beg her for another chance since he's a simp. Then she clings on to Yao and tells Yue that only Yao is qualified to be the first to clear the unique dungeons, so he should just stop daydreaming. Yao hugged Yue and mocked Yue for being dumped and advised him to just move on. Yue nonchalantly replied that she was just an old pair of used shoes and Yao could take her if he wanted to. And as for the unique dungeon, he felt that the one who's having such wishful thinking is someone else. That made Yue furious. She wants Yao to teach him a lesson. And instead of being scared, our boy smiled and advised them to treasure their lives more. Yue shouted that he's just acting tough when he's a good-for-nothing. Yao finds it weird that he can't see the man's class clearly, as if it was purposely hidden. Yao waved goodbye since he's in a rush to challenge the dungeon. Yao and his team went to the portal and reminded them to bring their resurrection scrolls. Everyone was pumped up. One man tapped Zero's shoulder and told him to admit defeat, since poor losers like them can't beat those with silver spoons. Zero replied that if the guy sees himself as a poor loser, he should think of ways to become better and stronger. In his head, Zero thought of the original owner of the body and knew that he was indeed a poor loser. But he argued that it had nothing to do with him since he's a Sura. The guy replied that Zero is good at bluffing. The man argued that all those men had a resurrection scroll that cost $3,000 per piece. People expected that the Supreme Guild would be the one to clear the dungeon first. Zero knew that most dungeons have a boss monster guarding it. His current strength is more than sufficient to deal with the normal mobs, but he's afraid it isn't enough to deal with the boss monster. He can only guarantee a win if the armored scorpion and him both level up to level 5 and are fitted with both proper equipment and max-level skills. He looked around. Meanwhile, Yao and the others appeared on the other side of the portal. Yue complained that she was just completely humiliated, but he didn't seek revenge for her. Yao glared at her and told her that there's a lot of people. The losses outweigh the gains if they consider the off chance that someone uses the excuse of Yao killing a hunter as grounds to defame the Liu family and the guild purposely. He assured her that he will make that guy kneel in front of her. Yue thanked him for that. In another setting, a fire was blasted. Zero was fighting the monsters. A normal monster tamer's pet needs the same amount of experience points as its master. Luckily, the amount of experience points needed by the pet in the Necromancer class is reduced to half. In the early game, Zero had to let the armored scorpion kill a few normal mobs, and it would be able to level up quickly. Zero continued to fight. The area was filled with smoke. Behind the rock is the lackey of Yao, who watched Zero. They realized that they misjudged him. As Zero steps forward, he was blocked by a pretty woman who seduced him to carry them. But he's not a simp and just replied, "No way," and moved forward. The system informed everyone that there's only 10 minutes left. Zero decided to raise the defense of the equipped level 5 armored scorpion. It will act as a meat shield at the vanguard, while Zero focuses on doing damage from the back. The armored scorpion king roared loudly. Zero also used equipment that speeds up mana recovery to help him cast fireballs consecutively and increase his efficiency in killing monsters. With all that, 10 minutes was more than enough. He entered the portal. The area was engulfed in flames. Yao and the others were hurt. Yao complained that just a bit more and they would have defeated the boss. But his subordinate explained that they stand no chance against level 7 monsters when they are only at level 2. Yue told Yao that since the monsters are too powerful, they should just focus on surviving. The subordinate agreed with her and expressed that they should take the chance to use the resurrection scroll to leave while the monsters haven't caught up. Yao sensed something. Someone was coming. They all looked on the cliff where a man stood, and were surprised to see that it was Zero. Yao was furious to see him in that dungeon. He asked Zero if he's not afraid of dying. Zero smirked at him. It triggered Yao to challenge Zero in a battle. Yue and the subordinate tried to stop him, emphasizing that their survival comes first. Before Yao leaves, he tells Zero that it would be better if he dies in the dungeon rather than Yao killing him. They system welcomed Zero inside the dungeon, where his mission is to kill the dungeon's guardian, the armored scorpion lever, which is the boss monster at level 7. Zero was relieved that they're gone, since he won't be bothered with the noise now. A few moments later, the ground cracked, and the boss monster emerged from underneath. It roared loudly. Zero noticed that its health bar alone is several times stronger than the minions. He instructed his pet to attack. The two scorpions fought each other. Zero was happy with the upgrades of his pet. Then he used his Ultra Fireball, which caused 206 critical damage. The large boss monster stood before him. It attacked him, but his pet protected him. Zero created several fireballs and released a sextuple shot. The boss monster's face was slightly burned. Zero attacked from the front while his pet held the boss monster's body. The enemy roared. It was the last roar before his body collapsed on the ground. Zero commented, "How freaking weak." The system screen displayed that he had cleared the level 5 dungeon, Apocalyptic City, and he obtained the dungeon scroll as a reward. The people were surprised with this announcement. They wondered if Zero is some kind of big shot to be that powerful. They all wondered how he killed the Guardian monster when almost everyone is at level 1 to level 3, and the Dungeon Guardian monster is at level 7. Yao asked if the person was Yuer's ex-boyfriend, since the announcement was released just a few minutes right after the guy entered. Yuer found it ridiculous. She argued that her ex-boyfriend doesn't even have a pet, so there's no way that he would clear that dungeon all alone. Yao was convinced that someone else must have done it. He struck the ground with his sword while saying that the one who had killed the Scorpion leader is extraordinary. He told his subordinates to find the person with the ID 0 immediately and scout him. The item drop rate from boss monsters is indeed much higher compared to normal monsters. There were items like the copper coins, blueprints, and even equipment, but the most important item is the scroll. Unupgradable dungeon scroll is worth far more than a few $1,000s. Zero decided to upgrade his scroll straight to the max level. A challenger rank dungeon scroll has never appeared in the first world. If it goes into the market, at the very least, it should go for several hundreds of thousands. To a normal hunter, it is undoubtedly a huge sum of money. But Zero's goal was to clear the other world. A notification window displayed that Zero had used a level 5 challenger grade dungeon scroll. He received 1 gold coin and a bounty mission, which is to rescue the survivor. Upon completion of this mission within the time limit, he will be receiving a generous reward. Zero examined the mission and found out that it has a difficulty rating of 100 and an unknown reward that only requires him to escort an NPC. He also received a level 10 map, but unfortunately, Zero is only at level 5. And in addition to that, the monsters that he'll be facing, wild boars, like to appear in groups, so it would be difficult to deal with them. He decided not to stress about it and focus on finding the survivor, Ai-Lin. In the middle of the forest, a girl was being chased by a wild boar. All of a sudden, the wild boar erupted in flames. Slowly, the smoke clears, and it revealed Zero. The little girl was glad that a big brother came to save her. The notification window displayed that the survivor, Ai-Lin, has been found. The time remaining for his mission is 10 hours. An angry wild boar appeared. Zero had noticed that the wild boars in the forest got agitated the moment he found Ai-Lin. The wild boar attacked them. Zero released a fireball. The wild boar kept receiving burn damage. But then, several wild boars surrounded them. Zero commented that these wild boars had a lot of stamina. A mythic rank hunter with a gold attribute staff and an A-rank fireball was still unable to deal proper damage to them. If Ai-Lin gets killed in there, Zero will fail the mission. Zero took out the armored scorpion and instructed it to protect him. The wild boars charged all together, but the armored scorpion blocked its attack. Zero released an ultra fireball. It landed on the wild boar. The system notified him that he was able to defeat a level 10 frenzied wild boar, which earned him plus 40 EXP and plus 100,000 ability points. Zero informs the armored scorpion that their strategy is working. He encouraged the armored scorpion to fend off a few more, and they would level up soon. Our MC consecutively defeated those wild boars. The wild boars keep coming, and Zero didn't have enough mana to fend off the attack of the wild boar wave. Ai-Lin asked if he's okay. Zero assured her that he will definitely bring her back. Unexpectedly, a wild boar had run into Zero. In response, Zero hit it with the ultra fireball, and it roasted the wild boar. But even then, it still managed to resist the fiery skill. Fortunately, Zero had a bit of health, otherwise he would have been dead after a single hit from the wild boar. He also noticed that the armored scorpion can't hold on for much longer either. Zero didn't expect this mission to be so bothersome. He attacked a wild boar, causing its HP to drop. At the same time, Zero was notified that he had leveled up to level 7. Because of the situation, he decided to upgrade his attack power first. In addition, he used the equipment obtained from farming the scorpions earlier. The item is called Glorious Boss Battle Ring, level 7. It has a penetrate effect, which means that the attacks off someone with the item equipped ignore 20 of the opponent's defense. Again, Zero used a fireball. But this time, it's a more powerful one. It even looked like an energy ball. And it enveloped the fireball and was killed instantly. Zero was amazed. Earlier, he had to cast 80 fireballs to deal any damage, but now, he could kill it with just 2 fireballs. Zero consecutively attacked. After some time, he looked haggard, but he managed to finally shake off the wave of wild boars. Now, he just needs to bring Ai-Lin safely to the Doomsday Village, and the mission will be completed. Someone then appeared, and was surprised to see that Zero had returned from the dungeon alive. It was this loser Liu Yao, and with him was Yu-Er. Zero shooed them away since he doesn't want to deal with small fries. Yu-Er sang praises for Yao and requested for him to teach Zero a lesson. Yao unsheathes his sword. Zero challenged Yao if he could really kill him. Yu then dashed forward, as he wanted to see whether Zero's mouth was sharper than his sword. Yao's blade hit Zero's shoulder, but it did not penetrate it. Yao couldn't believe it. Yu-Er too, since Yao couldn't deal any damage to Zero, despite Zero being just an unarmed beast tamer. Zero asked if he's done, and it's his turn now. Zero showed off his power by releasing a swirl of large flame. And upon seeing that, Yao panicked and threatened Zero that he's from a powerful family, and if he laid a hand on him, he would regret it. But our boy gave 0 fucks with all that blabbering. He released his fireball, and Yao was blasted away. Yao complained how he ended up in that state with just a single shot. He turned to dust, leaving his golden armor behind. Zero watched the screen as he called Yao an idiot. In the other world, a hunter's name is usually White. However, when a hunter launches a malicious surprise attack on another hunter with a white name, the assailant's name will turn gray for a short period of time. During this period, the victim's retaliation will be considered an act of defense, and they will not receive any evil value. If the victim fails at retaliating and is killed, the assailant's name will turn red, and they will receive evil value. Under the rules of the other world, the assailant will not be able to log out of the other world even if they enter a safe zone, unless they kill a sufficient number of monsters to clear their evil value or they wait for their death. Not only will a hunter's levels and experience points decrease when they die, a large number of their equipment and items will also be dropped. Yu-Er was taken aback that Zero killed Yao in one shot. She wondered when he became so powerful. She panicked when she saw Zero approaching her, especially when she couldn't use the resurrection scroll since it can only be used twice in a span of 7 days. She already used one to escape the dungeon earlier. If she uses another one now, she wouldn't be able to use it again later. Out of fear, she coaxed him with endearment and sweet words, but Zero and Ai-Lin nonchalantly walked past her. Since Yu-Er didn't attack Zero, he would be affected if he attacks her. He decided not to waste his time because of insignificant people. Yu-Er watched them walk away. This bitch then felt angry that Zero dared to ignore her. A few moments later, at a certain home, Ai-Lin thanked Zero since she was able to come back home. The system window congratulated Zero for completing the Challenger rank bounty mission called Rescue the Survivor. He received Ice Magic Staff, a skill book called Tiny Icicle, and a pet egg. He had also leveled up in terms of his vitality plus 30, mana plus 12, and free attribute points plus 6. Zero is currently at level 8 and will need 9,500 EXP to level up again. Our MC then summoned the staff. It is a level 8 Ice Magic Staff. It is a magic staff with an extremely strong affinity for the power of ice. And since he had almost infinite ability points, Zero decided to refine the staff, and he had done it 144 times, the maximum allowable amount. He had used a total of 22,356 ability points, turned the equipment to a golden attribute equipment, the Frost Shatterer Scepter. The higher the grade of the equipment, the more ability points needed for its refinement. Fortunately, that amount isn't an issue for Zero. Aside from the staff, he also got other loot. He took out the pet egg that he had obtained. It was a normal grade, so he wasn't really excited about it. Also, he got quite a few normal grade pet eggs while farming monsters just now. He decided to use all of them as fodder for the armored scorpion. The armored scorpion liked that idea. It was followed by several notifications that his pet, the armored scorpion, consumed the pet eggs. Later on, he was congratulated by the system since his pet has evolved into a silver armored scorpion, elite grade. The evolved version looked cool with its silver body. Zero was quite pleased with the 2-star magic staff and a silver armored scorpion. Together, with the golden equipment contributed by Yao earlier, Zero should be able to challenge the final boss of the first world. However, before that, he needed to go back and replenish his supply of some materials. He walked out of the portal. It was already dark outside. He was back in his room. Then, his phone rang. Yue picked it up. It was a call about the $390,000 that he owed for his brother's medical bill. If he won't pay, the hospital will halt his brother's treatment. Our boy then asked for the payment card number for the hospital, as he stated that he will transfer it within 10 minutes. It was not a big deal since he could just sell a few pieces of the golden equipment, and he'll be able to earn a few million. He planned to help the original owner of the body to save his brother as a way to repay the original Yue. But then he received a warning that the equipment is bound and it cannot be traded or dropped. He was dumbfounded. He commented that it was a downside of having a 10,000-fold increase buff. Without the ability to trade his equipment, he only has slightly over $10,000 even if he sells all of his silver coins. It pushed him to think of ways to earn money. He looked at his cell phone. He searched and found out that the hourly pay for normal boosting services is too low. But then, he saw something interesting. There was one post hiring a booster for 300,000 gold. A lot of people engage in the post. Yue contacted the person. With a creepy smile on his face, he was intrigued with the deadly bounty. A girl was in front of her PC with several monitors. Yue asked about the specific demands regarding the $300,000 bounty for the boosting mission posted on the forum. The girl replied that he must assist a new hunter from the current batch. Second, he must help the designated person clear the first world. Yue replied that he's okay with that, but he tried to negotiate for the pay to be 390,000. The girl replied that she would even give him 400,000 once the task is completed. He asked when they would start. The girl informs him that the person he's going to escort will meet him at the respawn point in the Doomsday Village in 10 minutes. Yue waited at the Doomsday Village. He was delighted to earn $400,000 just by carrying a person through the first world that he was already going to clear anyway. He saw it as a decent deal with guaranteed profit and no risks. Then he noticed someone. A woman fully covered in cloth, even her eyes and hair. He asked if she's the one who hired a booster. The woman nodded. The people who saw them gossiped. They knew the woman as the calamitous mage. They couldn't imagine that the weakling beast tamer took up the offer. They commented that people nowadays really value money over their lives. Yue watched her. He suggested forming a party, and he assured her that he will help her complete the world's missions. She joined the team, but her ID was hidden. Yue briefed her that to clear the first world, she must complete 2 missions as a prerequisite, one of which is to kill 1,000 monsters, then earn 10 coins. He asked if she knew about it, and she replied yes. Yue explained that in the other world, hunters cannot deal damage to monsters that are 5 or more levels above them. Even if Yue attacks a monster until it is left with 1 health point, it's useless if they can't kill it. He told her that he'll help her level up while completing the missions. They faced a scorpion monster and attacked it with Ultra Fireball. While the damage of the spell obtained as part of the mission rewards previously isn't as high as the Fireball, it's not bad when used supportively as a crowd control skill. Then he froze the scorpion. He asked the woman why she was just standing and told her to finish it off. The woman seemed nervous, but she managed to make purple flames appear on her palms. It made contact with the frozen monster. And then the contact turned into an explosion. She was advised by the system that she leveled up, and it happened thrice. Unbeknownst to her, a scorpion monster is on its way to attack her from behind. Yue screamed for her to look out. Yue made it in time. He was able to grab her and evade the attack. Then he used Ultra Fireball. His attack caused a huge explosion. He looked serious, while the woman he's holding looked at him in awe. But he didn't notice it. Instead, he just told her to get up so they can move to the next leveling spot. He inquired on how old she was to be able to afford paying 400,000. She made a hand sign that shows 21. Yue commented that everyone awakens at 18, so it should have been 3 years since she entered the other world. He asked her for the reason why her level is still low. She stopped walking, which made Yue ask what's wrong. She slowly removed her hood. It revealed her purple hair and eyes. Then she thanked Yue for helping her level up and advised him to leave. She promised him $10,000 to keep him from saying anything to her sister. Yue expressed that he thought she was mute. He assured her that he'll help her clear the first world since it was his promise to her sister. She looked horrified and reminded him of what those people said about her, that she's an embodiment of a calamity or a jinx. She was worried that she'd cause him trouble if they stayed together. Yue was curious to know what embodiment of calamity meant. She was about to explain it, but someone spoke that the calamitous mage is out to harm others again. Several men appeared. One of them said that people on the forum have claimed that as long as one takes on the Calamitous Mage's mission, that person dies an untimely death. On the contrary, it is said whoever manages to kill her will obtain a large number of experience and ability points. The men decided to attack her in the name of justice. The woman panicked because those men were 5 to 6 levels higher than them. They had no match for them. She told him that since they are only after her, Yue should leave. Yue was pissed off that they wanted to touch his 400,000 without his consent. Someone showed up and noticed a team fight. That person finds it exciting. Several armored people walked in. The men earlier gossiped among themselves. They recognized that the person in front is the young master Liu Yao of the Liu family, the wealthiest family in Linhai City. They know that they are no match for them if they have arrived to steal their kills. A man from the earlier group approached Liu and politely informed him that they didn't mean to offend him. Liu told him to be silent. Yao grabbed Yue's collar and commented that it seemed like they're fated to run into each other. Yue teased him by asking if he's there to give him equipment again. He emphasized that Liu couldn't use any more resurrection scrolls for the next 7 days. Yao raised his hand. Then he commanded everyone to kill Yue. The profile of the woman showed up. Her name is Su Yan, and she's at level 1. Aside from that, everything else about her is unknown. Yue looked serious. Yao was confused why he reacted that way. Then he noticed his people just standing behind him. He bonked them on the head while asking if they did not understand his instructions. His subordinate just replied that he's used to it. They surrounded Yue and Yan. Yue watched their every move. Suddenly they all brought out gifts while requesting Yue to reconsider. Yan was so confused. Yue was surprised too. She asked Yao what was his intention in doing that. He told her to shut up. Then he approached Yue but maintained a safe distance by hiding behind one of his men. He told Yue that he understood that Yue isn't afraid of using brute force like he is, but he doesn't want to resort to that. So, because of that, Yao specially arranged for his men to painstakingly choose the super rare treasures for Yue. Yue could have it all on the condition that Yue will be joining his guild and work for him. In addition to that, he would also pay Yue $50,000 a month. Yue commented that for a poor peasant like Yue, the offer of Yao is something that he wouldn't be able to achieve even after 10 years of hard work. She suggested for him to join Yao's guild. In Yue's head, she expected Yao to be elated that she's helping him persuade Yue to join the guild. And once Yue joins the guild, Yue plans to teach Yue a lesson. Yue replied that he only admires those who are stronger than him. He suggested that Yao should use force, so that way he could consider his offer. Yue got triggered and emphasized that 50,000 is more than Yue can earn in a year, so he doesn't have the right to reject Yao's offer. Yue expressed that birds of the same feather really do flock together. He asked Yue if she really thought that everyone would choose to give up being a human to become a dog like her. Yue asked if they were still going to fight, otherwise they should just get out of his way. Yue asked if they were still going to fight. Yao commanded to let Yue go. Yue couldn't accept his decision and asked him why when Yue was looking down at him. Yao is now angry when he repeated to say that they should just let Yue go. Yue decided to back down. They watched Yue and Yan walk away. One of Yao's subordinates expressed that their boss is generous for letting Yue walk away when Yue tried to kill Yao before. The subordinate insisted that Yao should have just killed the guy. That blabbermouth met Yao's fist. Then Yao expressed that the best things are out of reach, that things that are too easily obtainable are never valuable. Yue clung to him and asked him when he said that he wanted to kill Yue at all costs back then. She asked him when he changed his mind. He replied that it happened after Yue killed him last time. Yao grabbed Yue's jaw, and it looked like he's holding his anger back while bringing up what Yue said before, that Yue's poor family couldn't afford gold equipment. But it's a puzzle on how a normal monster tame still does so much damage. Yao knew that there's more than that meet the eye. That is why he wants Yue to work for him. Yue grits her teeth. Deep inside her, she insisted that Yue is just a poor peasant, and she'll make him grovel at her feet one day. It was late into the night. Yan thanked Yue for protecting her. Yue replied that it was nothing, otherwise he'll lose his 400,000 if she died. And that's not a great thing to end the day. Yan approached him. She suggested calling it quits since she thinks Yue won't be able to complete the mission. Yue asked her why she posted the bounty in the forum when she doesn't have confidence. He added that she could just stand her up. But why did she enter the other world? Yan replied that she gave up a long time ago, and it was her sister's doing. She emphasized that she's the embodiment of calamity, and she showed him something as a proof. The system window displayed that her special class is Calamitous Mage. With her calamitous body, she cannot kill monsters by herself. Instead, she must form a team with others and share the burden of the calamity with her teammate. In that situation, the lives of her and her teammate are connected. Should either of them die, both of them will die, and the level will immediately return to 0. If they disband midway, the level will return to 0, but the teammate will now receive any penalties. When a calamitous mage clears the first world with a calamitous body, the player and their teammate, who have destroyed the calamitous body, will receive a large amount of experience. Deep inside, Yue was surprised that she's a special class hunter. He just found out that aside from the core class hunters and subclass hunters, there are also special class hunters. As long as they overcome the limitations of their class, there is an extremely high chance of a highly ranked class emerging. It may be legendary or even mythic. It's also a shame for normal people to overcome this limitation. They can only be reduced to ordinary people who fade out the public's attention. Yan shared that she had already tried over 100 times ever since she had awakened this special class 3 years ago. Yet, she never succeeded. In addition, there is the rule in the other world, preventing one from teaming up with someone who is over 10 levels higher than them. She wondered how it is possible for two people who are at best level 10 to defeat the first world's boss. She advised him to leave. Yue asked her what if he says that it's possible. He told her that he can help her clear the first world. Yan was surprised and hopeful. She grabbed him and asked if he's serious. Inside her head, she admitted that for 3 years, she had always dreamed of shattering that damned class limitation and becoming a hunter revered by masses. She wondered if it's possible. Yue told her to stop rambling and invited her to clear the world's first mission. In the first world, hunters must first complete world missions to earn the qualifications to challenge the world boss. The first mission is to kill 1,000 monsters. Second is to collect 10 silver coins. Yan got scared upon seeing Yue's power. Within a few hours, he carried Yan through the world's missions. Now they had finished off 1,000 monsters and had farmed a lot of coins. Yue told her that the prerequisite missions are complete, so they can challenge the boss now. Yan replied that there's no problem with that. Yue asked her what's wrong. Yan expressed that she couldn't understand how a strong person like Yue would take the mission. Yue replied that it's because he's not a typical guy. Internally, Yue finds what he said cringy because in reality, he's in dire need of cash. Yan was actually impressed with his answer earlier. The system window appeared containing the details of the first world missions. She tapped yes and was alerted that she had opened the first world. The origin of Nightmare's boss arena. It was a door to Demon's Abyss. Yue asked her if she's ready. They walked inside the door. And now, they are in the boss arena, Demon's Abyss. They have 1 hour for the boss fight, meaning they have to defeat the boss, Berserk Wild Boar King, within 1 hour. And if they fail to defeat the Berserk Wild Boar King within the time limit, or are killed by the Berserk Wild Boar King, the challenge will be deemed as a failure. Yue gave Yan Ailin some potions and items. Yan was surprised that those were resurrection scrolls, instant recall medicine, and many more very expensive, high consumables. Yue can easily clear the first world alone, but he's aware that death could happen any time in the other world. He reminded her to always be on guard. He prepared by letting the silver-armored scorpion equip the defensive gear that they got earlier and the hero guardian's armor that Liu Yao dropped. He expected the scorpion to tank the boss's attack. Yan heard something. Yue told her that the boss had arrived. It was one mean-looking wild boar. The Berserk Wild Boar King is at level 10 with a physical 2-star boss. This beast is the ruler of the origin of nightmares. It guards the passageway of the first world. The Berserk Wild Boar King crushes anyone who tries to break through the origin of the nightmares to enter the second world. Yan trembled in fear, but she talked herself out of it. But she recalled that last time, they couldn't bear it with a party of dozens of people, and they only have 2 people now. Yue noticed how Yan might have developed a subconscious fear of the Wild Boar King after too many past failures. Yue told her to hide somewhere and heal up the silver-armored scorpion. She asked what Yue would do. He replied that he'll be taking care of the pig. As if triggered from the word pig, the wild boar attacks. Yue met its attack with a super fireball. The health of the wild boar was lessened with negative 325. The room was filled with smoke. The wild boar looked like it got angrier. Yue commented that boss monster's sturdiness is nothing to scoff at. The monster roared loudly. It attacked again, but the scorpion blocked it off. Its feet dig on the ground, causing some parts of it to shatter. Then Yue used consecutive firing fireballs. The wild boar wasn't able to avoid that. No matter how sturdy it is, as long as the silver-armored scorpion can withstand its attack, Yue has an advantage. The boss monster used wild charges. It threw the silver-armored scorpion backwards. The boss monster roared loudly. Yue knew that this fight wasn't that simple. Now, the boss monster went on a rampage. Yan yelled for Yue to dodge. The silver-armored scorpion braced itself, but Yue just stood there, waiting for the perfect opportunity. He watched the boss monster as it charged towards him. The Berserk Wild Boar King is almost at Yue's face. He found the right timing. It was time to use Super Icicle. The Berserk Wild Boar King was covered in ice. Yan was surprised and worried since a low-star boss like that has a 50% tenacity naturally, so its frozen status won't last for too long. The boss monster roared loudly. The boss monster was enraged, and usually it will trigger the Death Stomp. The armored scorpion blocked its way as it charged towards Yue. Yue decided to add more vitality to the armored scorpion. Yan agreed. She did what they had spoken about, and then she noticed that even with the added vitality, the armored scorpion won't be able to hold on for much longer. They needed a stronger attack that could deal much greater damage. Yue told her that it won't be long. He just needs her to buy some time for him, and that's more than enough. He used Icicle Fire Dance. The Berserk Wild Boar King crashed on the large ice, and it roared loudly. Even if it's a level 10 2-star Wild Boar King, it won't be able to withstand a 2-star gold equipment and a mythic class's constant barrage. Round Sphere floats in the air, and Yue has been enveloped in a golden glow. He used a combo skill fireball to the boss monster. Yan was amazed since she had never seen anyone utilize those two skills that skillfully before. The boss monster halts, and it dropped dead. A notification window appeared and congratulated him for defeating the level 10 2-star Boss Berserk Wild Boar King. He had received 100% of all rewards like plus 6,000 experience points and ability points 1,000 W. He also obtained plus 12 silver, plus 16 LV2 meat, skill book titled Berserk, to sacrifice 10% of defense to increase 5% of attack power that lasts for 10 seconds. He decided to leave the skill book for one of her pets. He also received a magic class Berserker coat. It's LV10, 2-star type, gold rank. When the wearer's vitality isn't enough, it will absorb damage for the wearer, utilizing mana to negate the damage inflicted. Every 2 mana, 1 damage will be negated. In addition to that, there's also a Bloodlust Berserker Warring Ring. It is a Bloodlust equipment that always regenerates 55 vitalities for each critical hit on an enemy. Yan also received a congratulatory message for breaking through the class restriction of the Calamitous Mage and obtained the Calamitous Body. Now, she has evolved into an epic class Taboo Mage. She got teary now that she not only got rid of herself as the Calamitous Mage class, she even managed to evolve into an epic rank core class. They were surprised when another screen appeared. Meanwhile, on the plaza, the news that they have killed the world boss Berserk Wild Boar King was announced. The people couldn't believe that it only took them half a day to clear the first world of the other world. Then the crowd noticed that there weren't any notifications of other hunters. They find it impossible that only one of them was able to clear it. One of them recognized the name Su Yan and recalled that she's the Calamitous Mage without a single ounce of attack power, so she must have been boosted by someone in order to clear the mission. Then they were able to put the pieces together, that the guy she's with had a dead weight with him and still managed to kill a world boss all on his own. They couldn't believe it. A system window appeared and congratulated Yan and Yue for clearing the first world called the Origin of Evil. The second world, the Zombie Siege, has been activated. Hunters are instructed to head to the second world. A red and blue tunnel appeared. The red tunnel leads them towards the second world, while the blue tunnel leads them back to the first world. Yue decided that it's better to refill their supplies first before going to the second world. He turned his back and made his way towards the blue tunnel. Yan was surprised and asked where he was going. He replied that he's going to meet Yan's sister to get his money. That's when Yan realized that Yue is the mysterious hunter who got the first clear for the hidden dungeon, whose name is Zero. At the Linhai City Center, Su family's office building, a woman informed Jinya that there's a call for her. On the other line, Yue spoke that he had completed the task and he'll give her his card details so she could send over the money to him. She replied that she has to verify it first, so she'll just contact him later. Jinya scoffed and complained that it's not even a half day, and he already dared to say that he completed the mission. She thought that he was a scammer, but Yan burst the door open and exclaimed that she managed to do it. Jinya asked if it's true. Yan shared that not only she break through the calamitous body, she also obtained an epic core class, which is Taboo Mage. Jinya was delighted. No one in the Su family has ever obtained such a rare hunter class. She assumed that Yan was helped by several people to clear the mission quickly. Yan corrected Jinya, saying that only one helped her. Jinya was surprised. She immediately went to her desk. She asked Yan if the person who boosted her was a hunter named Zero. She replied yes. It was all over the discussion board on the internet. Jinya grinned at the idea that both Yan and Zero managed to break the record that hasn't been broken for hundreds of years, and are going to be one of the first few individuals to enter the second world. Instantly, Jinya called for a meeting with the board of directors. In order to clear the second world first, she planned to recruit Zero to their guild named Misty Rain, back to the slums. Mr. Zhang was informed that the hospital had received the payment. They asked him how they may be of service to him. Deep inside, Yue thought of how the people that gave him $400,000 are pretty good at keeping their promises, considering that they sent him the money as soon as he requested it. Yue told the hospital that they should cure his brother. The hospital reminded him that his brother's injuries are pretty severe, so they will need him to remain in the hospital for observation and recuperation, and it will cost $40,000 to $50,000 per month. Hearing that it would cost a large sum, Yue regretted agreeing to work for the rich bastard from before. His phone rang again. He answered, and immediately, he was offered to join the Misty Rain Guild. Jinya told him that she's the vice president, Su Jinya. She assured him that the company will provide him with insurance, housing funds, as well as a monthly salary of $30,000 each month. He is also entitled to receive bonuses for his performance. It was timely. Yue immediately expressed that he will join the guild, but he has one condition, that they must never intrude into his personal life or freedom. That made Yan and Jinya nervous. One of the board members argued that they could never give him that since he will be working for them. If everyone in the guild does what they want to do on their own, then there's no point in actually having a guild. Yue replied that if they can't accept his conditions, then they could just forget about it. Then he hung up. Su Chen, the Su family group's CEO, asked Jinya if it was the guy that she referred to regardless of the conditions. Jinya explained that the man recently became a hunter, and yet he only used half a day's worth of time to clear the First World's books while having to carry Yan. Not to mention, he broke the 100-year record that no one could break. She insists on obtaining such a rare talent before the others get to him. A board member was about to argue with that, but Yan stopped him and told him that Yue is really good at what he does. Jinya expressed her opinion to agree with Yue's terms for now and bring him over to the Misty Rain Guild for further assessment. Yan supported her. She also echoed what Yue just said, that he won't be completely free, and that he will still join in guild activities if they have any need of him or any large-scale activities. Chen agreed, but pointed out that if Yue refuses to listen to them, then he will have to make the decision himself. Meanwhile, Yue stared at his phone while thinking about the Dragon Kingdom's Zhening Province Guild. It is the 5th in the ranking. Even if it's 2 ranks lower than the Supreme Guild, it still seems pretty good. Adding on to that its monthly salary and commissions, Yue calculated that he would have more than enough for each month's hospital fees. His phone then rang again. When he answered the call, he was informed that they are willing to accept his conditions. They asked him when he will be able to report for work in their company. He replied that he will work from home instead of the office. He explained that since the office and his home are both in Linhai City, his spawn point when logging in won't be affected. Jinya was caught off guard. Yue asked if it was possible, and if that's the case, they could just forget their agreement. That pushed Jinya to accept him working from home. In Yue's head, he thought of the guild master as amiable and pretty to talk with. And with his financial issues all settled, he can fully focus on clearing the alternate world. A few moments later, he was prompted to select the world that he would like to enter. Blue tab shows the first world, the origin of nightmares, and the red tab shows the second world, zombie siege. And of course, our ever so confident and overpowered MC chose to enter the second world. He entered the portal and reached the other side. The system window appeared and welcomed him. He read the screen. It was a description of the second world. That world is about to face a huge calamity with the apocalypse nearing. Humans that have been exposed to darkness enshrouding the city have gradually gone through various mutations. Zombies are about to lay a siege to the city, and as the sole survivor of the Nodding City, they are requested to work together with everyone else to protect the Nodding City. If not, when the zombies breach the city, there will be nowhere to run. The World Mission 1 is to clear a hidden dungeon. World Mission 2 is to participate and successfully fend off 3 zombie waves. It is also written on the screen that the tunnel to the dungeon of Second World's boss will only be activated after completing all of the world's missions mentioned above. Only by clearing that boss will they be able to enter the third world. Zero knew that the lowest level in the second hidden dungeon is level 15. So, if he wants to have a chance at clearing it first, he will need to level up a bit. While the second mission requires him to wait for an opportunity. He got distracted when he heard someone yell that the zombie horde would be coming in 2 days. That person is Nolan, the captain of soldiers. Nolan complained loudly that those disgusting zombies are always attacking the Nodding City, so there aren't enough weapons left in the storage for their brothers in arms to use. Zero noted that even though Nodding City is the second world's safety zone, the city still often gets attacked by zombie hordes. Thus, the city always has a suffocating tension to its atmosphere. Nolan approaches Zero and welcomes him. He informed Zero that war is about to erupt. He asked if Zero can go to the west side of the Nodding City and kill some of the mutated zombies there so that they may gather some resources and materials for weapons. Zero knew that the Nodding City had a couple of missions within it. That particular mission has the highest difficulty and covers a wide range of things. The targets also range from level 2 to level 20. The screen of the system displayed the details for the material gathering quest. It is a regular mission with level 200 difficulty. The Nodding City's weapon storage needs to be replenished urgently. Zero is instructed to proceed to the west of Nodding City and take over the garrison camp that's currently full of mutated zombies and kill the zombies within to obtain materials. He is to collect 100 each of the Fire Element Corpse Core, Ice Element Corpse Core, and Poison Element Corpse Core. Reward is 100,000 experiences, with plus 50 silver, plus 9,000 ability points, plus 2 random star equipment, skill book, or a pet egg, plus 1 chance. That made Zero smile. The efforts of this mission are being rewarded generously. After finishing up this mission, he expects that he'll be able to clear the second world as well. He told Nolan that he can count on him. Nolan thanked him. Outside the Nodding City, at the garrison camp, everything was on fire, and the zombies casually walked around. Zero stepped forward and announced that he'll begin. Our boy was also with his pet, Silver Armored Scorpion. He started things off by casting his super fireball. One zombie burned, while the other was courageous enough to attack. It targeted the scorpion, but Zero's scorpion easily crushed it. Zero realized the possibility that the fire element zombies have fire resistance to fire spells, causing the damage inflicted to be greatly lowered. Because of that, he decided not to use fire-based spells. He took out his spear and uttered how he'll see them last. Zero instructed the silver-armored scorpion to absorb the flame zombie's aggro. It held the zombie's arm with its clippers. Zero was amazed that the silver-armored scorpion's equipped items, in addition to its protective skill, have given it a lifesteal-like ability. The flame zombie can't deal any damage to it. But it was funny how the little zombie dangles from its claws. Zero decided to make his next move, and that is to fight the fire zombie with ice. The zombie was encased in a crystal. Zero had defeated the level 11 flame zombie. With that, he gained plus 50 experience points and plus 110,000 ability points. Zero got the copper coins. There's only a few of them, so it looked like the drop rate of monsters of such levels isn't very high. His eyes were determined. In one swift move, he defeated several fire zombies. After that, he looked at his screen and uttered that he only managed to collect fire element corpse cores after toiling away for the entire afternoon. Not only is he heaps away from completing the mission, but drops are pathetic too. He decided to go eat first and then continue at night since it's essential for humans to eat to be able to function. But a loud roar surprised him. He had an inkling of what it could be. A boss monster is respawning. A LV-14 Icefire Zombie Commander, magic-type boss monster appeared. Zero saw it and confirmed that his guess was right. Boss monsters are worth a lot. He's expecting to somehow get a couple of good pieces of equipment or a skill book. It made him giddy. He took out his spear. The zombie commander noticed him. It roared loudly. It attacked him with ice and made his feet stuck on ice. Zero knew it was bad news. The zombie commander threw the glacial spike at him. Zero was hit, causing him to lose 352 health. A fireball appeared from his spear, and he hit the zombie commander with it, along with some frost damage. He noticed that his skills aren't even half as effective when used against the dual attribute Icefire zombie. It is a complete counter to his current playstyle. He called for a silver-armored scorpion and it defended him. A bead of sweat fell from his forehead upon seeing the damage. The zombie commander gathered strength in its hand. He created a magic circle that has several pointy ends, and he released that attack towards the scorpion. The system informed Zero that his pet, the silver-armored scorpion, had perished in battle. He can revive the silver-armored scorpion at the respawn fountain after 3 hours. He also received a penalty of -1 to his pet's level and -10 to its loyalty. Another system window appeared, and it showed that the effects of the Necromancer class have been triggered. His pet, the silver-armored scorpion, will revive automatically in 1 hour and is spared from all death penalties. The zombie commander attacked him again. Zero realized that the zombie commander is way too strong compared to the first world's boss monster. Suddenly, the zombie commander was hit with lightning. He was surprised that it was 400k. He meant that it was the person who he received 400,000 from, which is Yan. Yan told him that she will apply crowd control while he deals damage. He agrees to it. He told the zombie commander that even if the effectiveness has been halved, he'll make sure to crush him to his death. The zombie commander roared loudly. It was hit by a fireball. Zero was confused that a fireball is used as crowd control. But Yan added Illuminate on her attack. It electrified the zombie commander, causing it to groan loudly. Zero was amazed how Yan casted 3 skills without even giving the zombie commander a chance to move. He didn't know that the power of an epic class taboo mage is that powerful. He proceeds to attack both with a fireball and icicle. That powerful attack landed on the zombie commander's body, making it groan loudly. Yan and Zero continuously attacked it together. Both of their attacks even looked like a painting masterpiece as their skills synced together. And, later on, the system window appeared, congratulating them for defeating the level 14 boss monster. With that, they gained plus 3,000 experience points, 2-person team 80%, plus last hit 20%, and ability points of plus 4,200,000. Zero called Miss 400,000 and expressed his relief that she was there. He told her that they are going to split the rewards evenly. Yan replied that it was fine, since she was just doing her missions and ran into him accidentally. In addition to that, she hasn't even thanked him properly for helping her clear the first world. Zero was confused since Yan's sister had paid him already. Yan clarified that it was from her sister and not her. She introduced herself as Jin Yan. He asked Zero for his name. Our boy had this doubt for a second as he was not expecting this, but he still shook her hands and told her his full name. Yan suggested that they team up to farm monsters. Yue inquired about Yan's class effect. Yan enthusiastically explained that all crowd control skills can be converted into silence, and the crowd control duration will be increased by 30% plus 1 additional second of silence. The cooldown of all skills will also be reduced by 30%. With that, Yue knew that his farming efficiency would rise exponentially thanks to her. Yan asked him where he's going. He replied that he'll drop by Nodding City for a bit. He suggested they meet in their current location after 10 minutes so they can farm together. Yan emitted soft golden glow on her fingertips. She recalled making a promise to marry whoever helps her break out of the body of calamity. Eventually, she helped herself get off that dreamy state. Back in the city. Yue checked the dropped items from the boss monster. There are 3 equipment pieces and 1 skill book. He decided to sell 1-star equipment, and the remaining item is just enough to boost his current battle power. He wore the Icefire mobility boots, which are a grade 2-star, mage class, monster tamer. When the user attacks their arch-enemy, the user's agility will increase by 10 for 5 seconds. The effect is unstackable. Yue was pleased with the additional agility. Next, he needed stronger damage skills. He used refinement, and the system window explained about Super Flaming Missile Rank A. He could summon 3 flaming missiles to attack the enemy. Each missile does 110% magic damage. It costs 72 mana and has 5 seconds cooldown. He decided to try out the skill. Now his speed has increased and he even has a new skill. He's confident that those monsters won't be able to touch him anymore. The system window popped out. It was from barefaced Su Jinyan. She's inviting him to join the Misty Rain Guild. Yue accepted it. Now that he had joined the guild and settled his equipment and skills, it's time for him to continue with the missions. A few moments later, a zombie was hit with the super flaming missile. It was burnt. Turns out these two have started farming monsters. Yan was impressed by how he had killed the flame zombie with just 1 shot. He complimented her back, saying that her situational awareness and mechanics are really good, and her grasp of skill timing is decent too. He also mentioned her mythic grade equipment with great attributes too. Yan shared that they were all given to her by her sister, saying that it will all suit a taboo mage. Deep inside, Yue was envious of how rich they were. Yan inquired if Yue kept his equipment invisible. Also, she noticed that his attack power is high. It made her curious if he also has mythic grade equipment. Yue replied that it has nothing to do with equipment. He just has a mythic ranked class. Yan couldn't believe it, since there are always revelations when mythic ranked hunters awaken. However, there were no revelations on the awakening day that year, so there were no mythic ranked classes appearing for that year. Yue replied that it's okay if she doesn't believe him. Deep inside, he knew that the reason was because he didn't obtain his class by awakening. They finished collecting the fire and ice element corpse cores. The mission will be over once they finish farming the hypertoxic zombies. Yan agreed that it's time to go to the hypertoxic lair now. The system window showed their progress. Currently, they have 100 over 100 for fire and ice element corpse core, and 0 for poison element corpse core. An announcement from Misty Rain Guild appeared. Everyone is advised to gather in the zombie city within 10 minutes, and the absentees will be kicked out of the guild. Yan wondered what crappy plan Chen Jun had. He never explains anything and just threatens everyone. Yue asked who Chen Jun is, since this person was really imposing. Yan explained that Chen Jun is Linhai City's branch head of Misty Rain Guild. Chen's father, Yan's uncle, is the Su family's director. Su Chen are sworn friends. Chen Jun's position was given to him by Yan's uncle. Yue suggested going to the meetup location first because of the guild event, in another setting. A zombie roared loudly. Several people attacked it all at once, but they were all blown away. Aside from the large zombie, humans are also fighting against each other. Someone called out to Liu Yao and told him that they, the Misty Rain Guild, had discovered the boss first, and yet they are trying to steal it from them midway through. It was despicable. Liu Yao argues that strength is king and ordered to kill the pathetic Misty Rain Pavilion. This fucker was back at it again. But then, they were all interrupted as a magic circle appeared in the sky and it rained down fire. It caught Yao's attention. He was furious that someone was getting in his way. Yue appeared and asked Yao if he's trying to steal their guild's loot. 1 hour ago, a gigantic zombie was wreaking havoc. Several men shoot an arrow while others are defending, but they were all blasted away by this gigantic monster. The men informed their superior that without the taboo mage to control the boss, attacking it blindly is taking up too much stamina. One member replied that they have nothing to fear since Jinyan would be there soon. For the meantime, their plan is to exhaust the monster as much as possible. Yue stepped forward. Him and Yan caught the attention of many. They recognized her as the second daughter of the Su family, the iceberg beauty from the legends since she's extremely cold. They gossiped about her, especially about the news of her class restriction being broken recently. Then they noticed the man beside her, the one who helped her break her class restriction. They wondered how it was possible when the man looked like any other ordinary person. Yan blushed, and she told Yue not to mind their nonsense. She clarified that she isn't cold at all. Yue looked like he didn't care that much when he simply replied, "Okay." Yan blushed, and deep inside she scolded herself for acting so unrefined. A member of the guild was relieved to see her, but his jaw dropped when he saw that Yan came together with a guy. Chen Jun and Yan scolded him for prying into her dating life. Jun replied that he's not doing that, but he's worried about her because the guy might be plotting something. Yan assured him that she's capable of differentiating right from wrong. Seeing as he called them there, she asked if there's a pressing issue. Jun reported that the monsters in Zombie City have respawned, and a zombie king even appeared. Yan and Yue exchanged glances. Yan couldn't believe that a zombie king boss appeared, in the zombie at that where the chance of monsters respawning is low. She told Yue that if they defeat the zombie city's boss, the guild's prestige and overall strength will definitely improve. Yue then decided that they should go, since they also have to complete the guild mission. Jun blocked Yue and told him that he didn't have to go. Yue asked why. Jun replied that it's because Yue is a beast tame who just entered the guild suspiciously. He suspected that Yue was dreaming of a free assist. When the crowd heard that, they couldn't believe that Yue was a beast tamer. That class's growth rate in all attributes is low and hard to develop. They also judged his equipment. Seeing that it's not too special, they assumed that he's broke and was just there to waste the guild's money. They suggested to Jun not to allow him to go in case he holds them back and wastes the guild's resources. Yan got mad and asked if any of them really knew who he was. But Yue just simply replied that it's Jun's call since he's in charge. Yan was pissed off. She clings on to Yue and announces that if Yue is not going, she won't either. Jun panicked. He asked Yan to calm down and reasoned that he's just trying to think of Yue's safety, since he could die in battle if he's too weak. He agreed to let him join if that's what Yan wants, but Yue is only allowed to watch, and that he must prepare his own resurrection scroll. Jun dragged Yan since they were waiting for her to control the zombie king. They already had dealt with so much damage. Yan asked Yue to wait for her, and she promised to come back soon. Yue knew that it would take quite a bit of effort with Jinyan joining in on top of their numbers. Taking down the level 15 boss monster should only be a matter of time. He saw it as perfect timing. He decided to take a look at the strength of the guild, ranked 5th on the provincial leaderboard. Back to the present time. Someone recognized Zhang Yue. They were surprised at how much damage he made. Yao asked if he joined the Misty Rain Guild. Yue air butts in the conversation, and states that Yue had rejected Yao when he invited him first to the Supreme Guild, and yet Yue joined Misty Rain to act as their dog. Yue air told him that he's so despicable. A purple light formed a circle, and it struck Yue air. Yan sighed while stating that it finally became quiet. Yao called Yue to ask how much Misty Rain was paying him. He proposed to double or maybe triple that amount in an instant. He also promised to give him a vice president position, and he can be the guild's CEO. Yan got angry at Yao for trying to steal Yue right in front of their eyes. Yue replied, stating that a person has to honor their promises and maintain trust. Since he already joined the Misty Rain, he doesn't plan on abandoning his current contract. But he also stated that he doesn't know the future, so they'll just have to see when the time comes. Yao was satisfied with that response. He told Yue that he's free to join the Supreme Guild anytime he wants, since their doors are always open for him. Yao gathered his guild members because they were about to go. The guild members were confused. They reported to Yao that the boss monster is almost in their hands. They asked if they would really leave it. Yao got mad and yelled at them for being hung up on that. He asked them if they were that desperate. He explained that he's looking at the big picture and his members couldn't see that. Yue and Yan watched as Yao walked away. Yan thanked Yue, and Yue responded that it was simply the right action to take. All of a sudden, they heard a loud roar followed by an attack. The monster has a large weapon, and this monster is gigantic and menacing, suitable for its name, Zombie King of Demise. Yue grinned and told the monster, "Let's dance, fucker." Yue used a super fireball and hit the Zombie King in the gut. Everyone dropped their jaws from the shock. They didn't expect him to be that strong. He called Yan, aka 40,000, and told her to do it one more time. Yan agreed. And she used her crown control to immobilize the Zombie King. Yue gathered his power on the tip of his staff. Then he released a super flaming missile that burnt the Zombie King alive. And that was the end of it. Its body dropped to the floor. The system window appeared and congratulated him for defeating the level 15 2-star boss, the Zombie King of Demise. He gained 7,080 experience points, performance points plus 9%, and last hit 80%. He also received ability points of 1,500 W. Everyone was impressed. They wondered where he came from. Even if the monster was on the verge of death, it was still a boss. That's why many of them can't believe that he had defeated it by himself. Not only that, they also noticed how Yue got the entire Supreme Guild to retreat. Even the young master of the Liu family is respectful towards him. Yan approached Yue and thanked him. Had it not been for him, the Zombie King may have been stolen by the Supreme Guild. Yue replied that it was also his duty as a member of the Misty Rain Guild. Everyone beamed with smiles as they realized that Yue is a big shot. At Knotting City. Yan clings to Yue as they walk. The members of the guild followed behind them. Jun angrily asked why they were all back. Then he asked if they had defeated the boss. One of the guild members reported that the monster tamer who came with the young miss chased the Supreme Guild away and even took the boss down. Jun was surprised to hear that. He thought of the guys as a useless monster tamer, so he had to verify if he's really that strong. The guild member replied that the monster tame is extremely powerful to the point that he can one-shot anyone with a normal attack. With such an expert, the guild member believes that their guild will become stronger. Jun shouted and cursed at the monster tamer. He asked him if he's doing it on purpose, and if he only plans to take action after everyone's dead. He stabbed Yue on the chest using his finger and scolded him, saying that whoever Yue is, he should know that Jun is the president and the one who has the authority to kick him out of the guild if he ignores the guild's orders and acts recklessly. Yue grabbed his finger and bent it. And Yue reminded Jun that he was the one who ordered him not to do anything. Jun made a fuss that Yue dared to lay a hand on the president. Yue ignored him and told him that the guild mission that he assigned was to kill the boss. Yue challenged him to tell him if he had completed that mission. Yan joined the conversation and told Jun that without Yue, they wouldn't have been able to get the boss and would have been wiped out. And this time, it's all thanks to Yue, and he deserves his contributions to be recorded. Everyone showed their agreement by nodding their heads. Yan invited Yue to continue their quest. Jun was left furious. He assigned a member to keep an eye on Yue at all times, and if they discover his weakness, they should report back immediately. The whole area was covered in violet mist. Yan complained that it stinks. Yue explained that hypertoxic zombies are much harder to deal with than both fire and frost zombies. He advised her to keep her guard up. She asked if the zombie deals a lot of damage. Yan explained that while hypertoxic zombies do not have fire or ice attributes, they have an extremely terrifying skill. The hypertoxic zombie has a hypertoxic physique that causes those they attack or those that attack them to enter a poisoned state that cannot be cleansed for 5 seconds. Every second, the target loses 6% of their maximum health. It can only be inflicted once per target. Yan was worried. Yue assured her that it won't be a problem if she heals in time. Yan remembered something. She gave him the mission reward for completing the guild mission. Yue thanked her for that. Yan casted her skill, and it immobilized a zombie. And she cued Yue to do his job. Yue attacked it with a triple cast, causing a lot of damage to the zombie. Yan couldn't help but notice that his damage was really high. He can kill zombies in a single hit every time they farm. Yue replied that with Yan's help in controlling the zombies, it's also much easier to collect the zombie cores for the quest. They walked deeper in the gloomy forest. Yue sensed something. The guild member reported to Jun that Yue is currently doing a quest to collect zombie cores with the young miss, and that the two seem pretty close. Jun chewed on his shirt in an attempt to hold in his anger. He's jealous that the two were talking and laughing when ever since Yan awakened the calamitous mage class 3 years ago, she hasn't even so much as cracked a smile at him. The guild members seemed exhausted with this drama. He suggested that they have to think of a way to kick out Yue from the guild and separate him from the young miss. Suddenly, a system window appeared. It is a zone announcement in Knotting City. All hunters in Knotting City were advised of a zombie wave in 30 minutes. The zombie wave will be level 13, thus, every hunter was asked to prepare to defend the city. Jun stated that Yue openly defied him and stole his woman. He shared that he had thousands of ways to kick him out of the misty rain, but he won't let him off so easily. The guild member got nervous and told Jun that there are resurrection scrolls in the other world, and there are safe zones at the resurrection point where Peking is prohibited. He thought that it would be difficult to kill the guy. Jun stated the law of the second world. When the zombie wave attacks, the protective mechanism of safe zones towards hunters will vanish. Just a single zombie wave is all he needs to kill the guy. Several zombies were left lying on the ground, and their money started pouring in. It was Yue and Yan's loot. Yan was excited since just a few more poison element corpse cores, and they'll be able to complete the mission. There's still 30 minutes left before the zombie wave arrives, so they decide to hurry up. All of a sudden, a zombie bit Yue on the shoulder. Immediately, Yan responded to his aid. But before she could cast her spell, he had already stabbed the zombie with her staff. Yue's blood dripped on the ground. Yan asked him if he's okay. He uttered that running into danger is unavoidable when they are constantly in a place filled with it. Since they have collected enough corpse cores, he suggested they return to the city to complete the mission. Little did they know, there was a silhouette of a man spying on them. Back in the city, the system window displayed a congratulatory message on completing the mission about gathering the materials. They obtained rewards, such as experience points plus 100,000, ability points plus 9,000. Equipment obtained are zombie armor and zombie shin guards. In addition to that, there's also a gacha reward, which is a skill book. Flash. Both Yan and Yue leveled up, making Yan level 16 now and Yue at level 17. Yue would need 55,000 experience points to level up again. Yan happily shared to Yue that she leveled up and earned a reward of 2 level 15 2-star equipment. She asked Yue how he was. Yue shared his new level. His pet also leveled up. Yan commented that if it weren't for the fact that monster tamers have to share their experience points with their pets, they'd probably be at least level by then. Yan advised that the first zombie wave is about to arrive. She asked if Yue wouldn't refine his new equipment. Yue almost forgot that. As always, Yue refined to the max. The system window displayed a congratulatory message for obtaining the gold attribute, Zombie Explosion Proof Armor. The equipment is at level 15. Vitality is at plus 720 and class is Knight. It also gives additional plus 5 physique and plus 5 stamina. It has a specific trait called Defense, which reduces damage received by 50%. Effect will double when facing zombies. Basically, this equipment is an armor that can be used to mitigate a large amount of damage from zombies. When equipped, he will never have to worry about the attacks of the zombies again. Another equipment that he had gained is Zombie Explosion-Proof Shin Guards. This is also level 15, gold. It has 95 physical defenses, 90 magic defenses, with a class of a knight, an additional plus 5 stamina and plus 5 power. It has a special trait called Defense, where it reduces damage received by 50%. Effect will double when facing the zombies. This equipment is a pair of shin guards that can be used to mitigate a large amount of damage from zombies. When equipped together with the explosion-proof armor, even zombies will not dare to come close. With those two pieces of equipment, basically no one in the second world can touch the silver-armored scorpion, who's also already level 15. Yan is pumped up and ready to face the next zombie wave. But then she got a call. It was from Chen. Yan was told to come to the office because they need her for something important. Her sister is in there too, and they are all waiting for her. They had sent someone to pick her up. It made Yan wonder if something serious happened. She informed Yue that she won't be able to fight the zombie wave with him because something urgent came up at her home. Yue replied that it's fine and suggested that she leaves at once because she won't be able to when the zombie wave arrives. Yan was concerned since it's only a level 13 zombie wave. It's their numbers that make them scary. She emphasized how an army of ants can probably take down an elephant. She told Yue to be careful. Yue thanked her for that. A blue screen appeared in front of Yue. System window displayed that the zombie wave is about to arrive, so everyone should hurry up and find a shelter. This was followed by a zone announcement of Nuoding City, and this is addressed to all hunters of Nuoding City. It is about the zombie wave that has come to attack. From that moment onwards, until the zombie wave has been fended off, all hunters will be unable to log out of the other world. The protective mechanisms in Nuoding City will also be disabled. There's a note that says that once a person kills over 50 zombies and lives, the current round of zombie wave will have been successfully fended off. The door started to open. Hundreds of zombies rushed inside. They were ready to devour all of the players, and of course these guys were overwhelmed. Zombie waves are endless. The zombies have been programmed to retreat after attacking for an hour. Yue anticipated that he'll be able to take a break as long as he finishes killing 50 of them. Yue received a message from Sakura of Misty Rain Pavilion. She's asking him to come and help them. Yue has a grin on his face that portrays as if he knew something. He planned to be there in a jiffy. He arrived at a dark alleyway where several people were down. There were 2 silhouettes on the window. Those people have conversed about how much an idiot Yue is for coming, because they told him to. They commented how Yue is full of himself when he's so stupid anyways. Jun asked the one with blue hair if he's certain that Yue has low defensive stats. The man with blue hair replied that his men personally saw that, even though Yue can deal a lot of damage, he receives a lot of damage when he was touched by a hypertoxic zombie. They assumed that Yue must have put all his points into offensive, making his defense weak. Besides that, they already bribed 10 level 12 archers as per their president's orders and told them to lay an ambush in the alley. They expected that since Yue has weak defense, a round of focus fire is enough to kill him 3 times over. Jun has planned for Yue to die there, and when he respawned, the people that Jun had stationed there won't let him live for more than a second. He wanted to make sure Yue kept dying until he goes insane. Jun was obsessed in claiming Yan as his, and no one can steal her from him. At the same time, Yue has arrived in the said location. The moment he stepped foot, the archers fired their arrows at him, but Yue immediately called his silver-armored scorpion, and it easily blocked all the arrows. Jun and the blue-haired man had their jaws dropped from surprise. They thought Yue was just a weak monster tamer, but he's so strong. System Window notified Yue that he had received a malicious attack from a hunter. He has been granted 10 minutes to counterattack. His evil value will not increase if he kills them within 10 minutes. With a devilish grin, Yue asked them if their little show was over. Now it's his turn. Yue was notified that he had killed the hunter named Carefree, who has a gray name. Yue won't incur any evil points. Then he was informed that he had killed the hunter Insanity, who has a gray name. Yue won't incur any evil points. Yue kept walking on the alleyway with the silver-armored scorpion following behind him. He was wrathful. Jun asked how strong Yue is. He got angry at the blue-haired man since he informed him that Yue has low defensive stats. He demanded an explanation. Unfortunately, the blue-haired man had no idea either. Suddenly, they were attacked with a fireball. When the smoke cleared, Yue's silhouette was revealed. He mocked them, saying, "You tried to trick me with just that?" Jun played dumb. Yue pointed out how Jun sent people to keep an eye on him after the zombie boss had been defeated to find a chance to get rid of him. Jun inquired if Yue had just pretended to have a weak defense to trick them into thinking that it's his weakness so he could deal with them. Yue corrected him since using the word "deal with" isn't very accurate. Yue pointed out that he just wanted to see what those guys were planning to do. Jun pulled his bow while acting high and mighty. He stated that it doesn't matter if Yue had discovered their intentions. He would still kill Yue. Yue released an icicle. The blue glow covered Jun. While the blue-haired man announced that Yue is acting insubordinately and is attempting to assassinate the president. He commanded everyone to kill Yue now. The members obeyed. Yue prepared his staff and released a powerful fireball. Jun was surprised to see how Yue one-shotted an elite-rank Templar assassin. He asked who Yue really were. Jun screamed as he slowly burned to death. Yue replied to Jun's inquiry saying, "I am someone you cannot afford to offend." At the spawn area, Jun was notified that he had been killed by the single class change necromancer named Zero. The blue-haired man reported to Jun that Yue is actually the Zero who cleared the first world in just half a day. That aside, the man noticed the class being necromancer instead of a monster tamer. Jun was just as confused. Jun was furious. He now realized why the man hid his ID all this time. Jun interpreted it as the bastard's pretentious act of being weak to prey on others. He vowed to make Yue pay. At the Su family building in the real world. A loud "No way" echoed. Yan screamed and reiterated that she doesn't like Jun. Her Uncle Chen replied that whether she likes him or not doesn't matter. And those feelings can be developed anyways. Then he told her that he had prepared a gift for her. One of them is an energy drug, an epic rank treasure. After use, the person's rate of obtaining ability points will be amplified 100-fold for a month. There's also a demon suit. Head of the Chen family shared that the energy drug is valued $5 million, along with a mage suit that the Chen family had paid $8 million to specially get a master to customize it for Yan. The head of the Chen family only has one son, Jun, and in the future, he will definitely inherit all of the Chen family's assets. And if Yan marries him, he will be able to get all the resources she needs. While she appreciates the gesture, Yan was firm that she will decide for her own marriage. The head glared at her. The head of Su family, Su Chen, yelled at Yan, telling her that the Su family has spent large amounts of blood, sweat, tears, and resources to nurture her so she shouldn't say something preposterous. Jinya felt bad for her sister. She told their uncle that no one should interfere with whoever Yan married since Yan isn't an object used to make transactions. Jinya assured Yan that she doesn't have to overthink it. She assured her that no matter what, she will always support her in seeking her own happiness. Yan thanked her big sister. Chen and Jinya's phone rang synchronously. They were surprised to know that Jun was killed. They asked if Yue did it. The head was furious. He got his only son to lower himself to act as a mere president for them in order to help the Su family group, yet they rebelled and even killed his own son. Su Chen joins the conversation and asks Director Chen to calm down, since it must have just been a misunderstanding. Chen scoffed and warned them that he won't let them off if anything unfortunate happens to his son. Chen slammed the door as they exited. Su Chen asked them if the person they called was the person they strongly recommended. He asked if the girls had any idea how much monetary support the Chen family provides to the Su family group every year. Yan argues that Yue won't attack the guild members for no reason. No one in their right mind would do such a thing. Su Chen was furious. He demanded Yue to be brought to him so he could make him beg for Chen family's forgiveness. Either he does that, or he gets the hell out of the Misty Rain Pavilion. All of a sudden, Jinya received a call from Yue. She instantly asked him where he was, and if he really killed Chen Jun. Yue simply told her that he quit. As of today, he's no longer part of the Misty Rain Pavilion. I wish we could all just do this in real life. After messing things up in the office, you'll call your boss and say, "I resign." Jinya asked Yue if he was provoked by Jun. She advised him not to act rashly while she proves his innocence. Yue simply responded to just leave it be. In his head, it's better for him to sever ties with the Misty Rain Pavilion. Jun is extremely narrow-minded, and he has people supporting him. Since Yue defeated Jun will certainly take revenge. Rather than dragging it on, Yue decided to end it once and for all. Yue decided to just rely on selling materials to cover the $50,000 monthly medical bill. To obtain more valuable materials, he must complete the second world and go to the third world as soon as possible. He still has to make it through 2 zombie waves and a dungeon to complete the second world's missions. He checked the screen containing the details of the second world, Attack of the Zombies. Out of the 3 dungeons, the Death Cemetery has the highest level and slightly better drops. Since Yue is currently at level 17, he should have no problem solo clearing Death Cemetery, which is a level 20 dungeon. However, the level 15 Pitch Black Zombie Den... Someone approached Yue. There were several intimidating men. The man on the front had a mischievous smile on his face as he expressed that he recognized Yue as the popular beast tamer from the Misty Rain Pavilion. Yue had a fierce look on his face as he advised them to get out of the way. The men were looking for trouble as they replied that they won't budge. They taunted Yue to hit them. Yue knows that they are intentionally doing it. While emitting an intimidating aura around him, Yue asked them how much did Jun pay them. The man was nervous, but he still acted smug as he replied that President Chen gave each of them 5,000 and a resurrection scroll. Not to mention, they will be awarded an additional 5,000 if they die by Yue's hands. Knowing that those men will still receive 10,000 even after Yue had died gives an impression that President Chen thinks highly of Yue. Yue is certain that he can get rid of those men with just a flick of his finger. He'll end up with a red name because of it. He won't be able to enter the safe zones or log out while clearing his karma points. He will also be stuck in the second world forever as he won't be able to activate the boss battle. It was truly a ruthless move by Jun. Yao enters the scene with his men and exclaims that he will pay them double. His condition is to help kill the president of the Misty Rain Pavilion. Each time they die, he will compensate them with 50,000, and he'll give $500,000 to whoever gets the last hit on the target. The man's jaw dropped. But they regained composure and inquired who Yao was to speak so arrogantly. One of Yao's men introduced Yao as the youngest son of the wealthiest family in Linhai City. The men stuttered as they realized it was young Master Yao. Immediately, they followed Yao's order. Yao addressed Yue, saying that he recently heard that he was kicked out of the Misty Rain Pavilion. He shared how Jun was whining about him to everyone, telling them to make Yue's life difficult in the other world. Yue replied that Jun is very brazen. Yao responded that Misty Rain Pavilion is full of arrogant pricks. He invited Yue to join him, and he can name a price. Besides, Yao is confident that he'll be able to protect Yue from getting harassed by those bastards. Yue responded that he'll think about it in the future, but for now, he's not interested in guilds. Yao's henchmen pointed out how Yao stood up for Yue multiple times, and had even spent a large sum helping him, yet Yue had never said thank you. Yao replied that Yue had just become the target of the Misty Rain Pavilion, that's why he doesn't want to join a guild for the time being. Yao added that the Misty Rain Pavilion is a bunch of blind airheads. It's no wonder they have been stuck at the 5th since forever. Yue walked away. He initially thought that he'd be able to cut all ties with Jun by leaving the Misty Rain Pavilion, but it looked like if he doesn't deal with him soon, Jun will keep causing trouble. Yue arrived at the level 15 Pitch Black Zombie Den. A normal hunter would choose to go after better rewards, so most would form a team to clear the Death Cemetery, which has the highest level. In contrast, there are very few who would bother with the Pitch Black Zombie Den, which has the lowest level. The NPC Mage Moan appeared and welcomed Yue. He asked Yue if he wanted to challenge the Pitch Black Zombie Den dungeon. The NPC had a crystal and it glowed brightly. Yue replied yes. Mage Mon wished him the best of luck. The ordinary secret quest in the Pitch Black Zombie Den can be refined into a gold secret quest. In that case, the Pitch Black Zombie Den can be upgraded into a hidden dungeon. However, the chance of it happening is minuscule, and it's impossible to predict the number of ability points needed. Hence, no one is willing to spend the time to try. Regardless of how low the chance is or how many abilities points it will cost, Yue refined it to the max until it became a gold secret quest. Meanwhile, Jun is being chased since he had a bounty of 500,000 after him. The men that Yao contracted rushed, while Jun spent hiding behind a tree, angry that he spent money employing them, yet they're turning around and attacking him. He wondered what was happening. His henchman replied that Yue is behind it. The man was worried since Jun can't use resurrection scrolls for 5 more days. As a precaution, he is advised to wait until the cooldown refreshes before going out to farm. Jun angrily slammed his hand on the trunk of the tree. He vowed to kill Yue. A notice appeared to all hunters in Nuoding City. It announced that a hunter with a private profile has used a gold secret order. The normal dungeon, Pitch Black Zombie Den, has been transformed into a hidden dungeon. For the next 2 hours, all hunters are welcome to challenge the hidden dungeon. The perk for all challengers is that within the next 2 hours, all hunters are able to resurrect once for free in the Pitch Black Zombie Den. Jun felt blessed with a free chance to be resurrected and to clear a level 15 hidden dungeon. He told his guild member to gather the members at once to clear the dungeon. He instructed that they should bring their best equipment. The man abides by that. A large-looking monster that looked like a demon was slashed. Yao commented that a free resurrection is music to the ears of someone like him who can't use resurrection scrolls. He instructed the Supreme Guild members to gather and advance to the Pitch Black Zombie Den. Meanwhile, Yue had killed lots of monsters already. One of the missions of the second world is to clear a dungeon. The ranks of rewards in a dungeon that has been upgraded to a hidden dungeon are increased immensely. Together with the free resurrection perk, he knew someone would be tempted. Dark mist emerged from the corpse, and it turned into a purple, red-eyed monster. Yue knew that to guarantee the success of his hunt, he still has to deal with the gatekeeper of the dungeon. The Pitch Black Zombie boss is a magic-type boss monster. It is at level 15 with a magic attack power of 210, physical defense is 180, magic defense is 120, vitality is 1,350. There was an explosion. It dissipated the limbs of the Pitch Black Zombie boss. He threatened the boss to be honest, otherwise he will make sure that it will have the same fate as its arm. Yue received a notice that a large number of challengers have entered the Pitch Black Zombie Den. It's a dungeon with a free resurrection. It's an opportunity that cannot be missed not only for Jun, but for all ordinary users who can't afford resurrection scrolls. Our MC then closed his eyes for a second. He saw Yan, and even the Supreme Guild enter. Yue is only after a single person, so he decided not to involve those innocent ones. He initiated a permission-altering function. As the Golden Secret Order holder, he has the authority to change 3 of the permissions of the Pitch Black Zombie Den. Many hunters are currently fighting with the monsters. Jun told Yan to stay close to him. Deep inside, Yan is annoyed. Originally, she wanted to look for Yue. If it weren't to give some respect to her uncle, she wouldn't have given a care about the wimp's life. The system window announced to all the players in the Pitch Black Zombie dungeon that the holder of the Gold Secret Order has changed the permissions of the dungeon. With immediate effect, the free resurrection mechanism has been removed. The hunters are unable to leave the dungeon midway, and killing hunters with white names will not increase the karma points. The entrance to the dungeon has closed. New dungeon missions have been issued. They have to defeat 500 zombies per person and the guardian of the dungeon, Pitch Black Zombie boss. Jun panicked. He wondered if the holder of the Gold Secret Order was trying to kill himself alongside the hunters. The blue-haired man suggested that it could be Yue who activated the dungeon and baited them on purpose. Jun strongly believes that Yue doesn't have the capability of doing that. Yan pointed out that the permission seems to have been changed to target someone in particular. Jun rejected that idea and deluded himself that the reason why the permission has changed was because the user is afraid that he has too many competitors and wants to monopolize all the rewards by themselves. Jun told Yan not to worry as long as he was around. He promised to carry her through the dungeon no matter how the user changes the permissions. He uttered that 500 zombies is nothing. Deep inside, Yan thought that Jun should focus on himself first. They walked forward. Jun told the guild members that as long as they defeat the boss, the first clear rewards will belong to the Misty Rain Pavilion. They noticed someone, but June couldn't believe that it's possible that someone else was faster than them. Someone uttered, "You're finally here." They recognized the voice, and Jun got terrified while Yan got excited. Yue was sitting on top of the defeated boss. He then uttered that he'd been waiting for them for quite a while now. Yan asked him how he got there. She shared that she was about to look for him. Jun realized that it was Yue who used the gold secret order to activate the dungeon. He inquired where Jun had gotten the gold secret order. Yue stepped down from the corpse and taunts Jun that his chance to kill him is in front of him. Deep inside, Jun knew he was in a dire situation since he only entered the dungeon because of the free resurrection perk of the pitch-black zombie den, but he didn't expect to fall for Yue's tricks. If Yue attacks him now, he may end up paying for his sins right there. But Jun acted proud since Yue was alone when he had the Chen family, one of the 3 great influential families in Linhai City, backing him. Even Su Chen, the chairman of the Su family, met him, so he demanded Yue to show respect to him too. He asked how exactly Yue planned to go against him. Jun ordered Yan to use the power of silence to control Yue. Yan was unfazed. She replied that Yue used to be a member of the Misty Rain Pavilion, and yet that's how Jun treats him. She told him that if he's aiming for someone's life, he shouldn't blame them for defending themselves. She refused to be an accomplice to his misdeeds. Jun didn't expect that. Sweat formed in his face. He recklessly ordered everyone to attack Yue. He couldn't believe that since they were low level, they couldn't possibly defeat a boss. Everyone else agrees that it would be like running to their deaths. Jun grits his teeth in anger. He insisted on his order and told them not to be afraid. He told the men who can resurrect to charge in, and he'll compensate them $5,000 each time they die. Jun thought that there's no way Yue would be able to fend off a human wave attack. The men were blinded with the money. Surely humans live and die for money. They charged at Yue while still being apologetic about it. Yue asked, how would Misty Rain Pavilion be comparable to a level 9 zombie wave? He easily defeated those men with a single swing of his sword. Our MC then stood still in confidence. Yue used a flaming mile attack which critically damaged all the enemy. In that area, killing hunters with white names will not increase his karma points, so he can kill to his heart's content. The men took the chance to defeat Yue while he's in crowd control. But the silver-armored scorpion blocked their way. They trembled at the sight of Yue's pet. But one guy underestimated an armored scorpion. He tried to slash its face, which immediately broke his sword. He couldn't believe that a level 14 warrior like him, who gave all his points into power, couldn't even leave a dent on a shitty scorpion. Yue stated that it would be impressive if that man could injure a level 15 elite rank silver-armored scorpion with 2 pieces of level 15 2-star gold attribute armor equipped. Somebody then shot an arrow. Someone yelled to kill everyone, and they will get 20,000 yuan per person killed. The men used their shields to deflect the arrow while in confusion since they don't know who's attacking them. They thought that only the Misty Rain Pavilion was there. They wondered if those guys were there to kill Steel. Yue just watched them silently. The men charged forward, but unexpectedly went past Yue. The Misty Rain Pavilion was confused as to why they were being attacked, and so was our MC. Yao appeared saying that no one should dare touch his people. He told Yue not to worry as long as he's there, the worthless scum won't amount to anything. Yue was bothered that the man showed up again. Jun was confused since from what he understands, he isn't targeting Yao's men. Yao explained that it was nothing. Since he heard Jun likes using money to get things done, he wanted to see who's richer between them. He then told everyone there that he's giving them a chance to get rich quickly. Whoever kills their president for him, he'll give them 1 million. Everyone was amused with the large sum. Jun started to panic. He asked them if they planned to revolt. He reminded them that if they dared to act, that means they are opposing the entire Chen family and Su family. Suddenly, they heard a loud noise. A sinister aura came from the boss. Yue looked up and thought, in another world, when a boss monster's health is low, there is a very small chance of going berserk. It seems that the arrows just now caused the zombie lord's health to continue decreasing. The monster growled. The system window appeared to relay the map announcement. All adventurers in the pitch-black zombie dungeon have been informed that pitch-black zombie boss has gone berserk and has evolved into a level 17 3-star boss. It has become the pitch-black zombie tyrant king. Yao was evidently terrified to see a 3-star boss. He didn't know that a boss could actually level up. It roared loudly and unleashed a powerful attack that threw everyone off their feet. Due to the berserk state of the dungeon guardian, the difficulty of the dungeon has increased. The exit of Pitch Black Zombie Dungeon is now forcibly opened, and all adventurers can leave the dungeon at any time through the exit. Jun felt that the heavens were on his side. Yao was frozen in place. Jun pulled his arrow. He had a devilish plan in mind. His arrow hit the shoulder of the Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King. The Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King thought it was Yao's doing and shifted its attention to him. Its eyes locked onto him. Yao asked for help. It released a powerful attack, and Yao didn't move an inch in his place. Our MC called the Silver-Armored Scorpion. It shielded Yao from the attack. Yue witnessed how the upgrade made a difference. The attack caused the Silver-Armored Scorpion to lose so much health. Meanwhile, Jun was ready to exit, but before that, he called them fools and mocked them for not being able to kill him. Yue screamed, "Stop!" The Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King lifted the Silver-Armored Scorpion on its shoulder. Yao screamed for help. Yue can only use teleportation once. If he's going to kill Jun, Yao has no chance of resurrection and will die there too. He moved quickly. He reached Yao and released an ice attack. The Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King was frozen. Yue dragged Yao up while telling him to run. Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King roared loudly and broke through the ice. Yue noticed that his A-level Ice Spike spell only dealt a little over 100 damage. He stood to face it while thinking that a level 17 3-star boss is indeed a bit difficult to deal with. Yue can only rely on his greater agility to find opportunities to cast spells and counterattack through positioning. He landed an attack on its torso. Yao looked at his men and asked what they were waiting for. He ordered them to help. But his men explained that they will just be a cannon fodder to that monster. Yue was having a difficult time since Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King was quite speedy. Not long after, he was thrown to the ground. Our MC was indeed in a dire situation. The weapon was an inch away from Yue's face. Unexpectedly, the Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King was electrocuted. It was Yan. Yue got back to his feet quickly and unleashed a powerful attack. The other guild members were amazed on how those two could fight against a 3-star boss. Yao recognized Yan. He couldn't help but be impressed with the effects of their skills. But he's proud of Yue and has faith that he could beat that monster. He admitted that if it was them against a 3-star boss, they would have died tens of thousands of times already. He got excited at the thought of recruiting Yan and Yue into his supreme guild. His men reminded him that Yan is the second lady of the Su family, and he can't handle Yue either. Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King let out a loud roar from the pain of receiving powerful attacks. It's trying its hardest. In our MC's mind, fortunately, its health is already low. Yan called Yue to deal the final blow. Yue replied that he's the Golden Secret Order holder. Yan asked what he just said. Then she understood. She concentrated her power on her staff and released the attack called Flowing Fire. It burned the Pitch Black Zombie Tyrant King into ashes. After that, everyone in there had leveled up. The system window displayed a regional announcement. It was a congratulatory message for the player Yan for being the first to clear the level 15 secret Dungeon Pitch Black Zombie Dungeon. She received a reward of 1 realm scroll. Everyone rejoiced. Yao hugged Yue while saying that he's a lifesaver. Yue blamed him for Jun's escape. Yue thought of Yao as troublesome. Yao asked what they should do now, then thought of offering Yue $1 million. That made Yue inquire if Yao has anything besides money. Yao confidently replied yes, and shared his dream of recruiting all the strong players and building the strongest guild in the world, which is a smooth transition to inviting Yue again to join his guild. He tempted Yue by saying that his family has the largest pharmacy in Linhai City, and if he joins, there will be endless supplies of medicine. Yue once again rejected the offer. Yao became serious and clarified what he's saying. He shared that his family has cooperative relationships with the Top Forge family, the Xiao family, and the Enchanting family, the Shangguan family. The mention of the Forging Master, Xiao family, caught Yue's attention. Yao elaborated that his dad is friends with the head of the Xiao family. As long as there are enough materials, any equipment can be made with just one word from him. Yue thought about it since compared to buying, forgers can often create higher quality equipment. Yao is back to his playful self again and expresses that it's okay if Yue isn't ready to join yet. He asked if they could start with adding each other as friends first, and if ever he needs equipment made, he could help him with it. Yue agreed to that. Yue and Yan exit through the portal while Yao waves goodbye to them. Everyone was gossiping about Yan now. They couldn't help but adore epic class hunters, especially Yan, who is beautiful and capable. Jun overheard the conversation and boasted that Yan is a key member of their pavilion. He bragged about the strength of their pavilion. It was reported to Jun that Yan killed the boss and Yue had survived too. Jun admitted that he underestimated that guy. He didn't expect Yue to use a secret realm and trap and ambush them. His hate for Yue made him more eager to kill him. Jun's henchman pointed out that Yue's strength is formidable, and he even has the backing of the Supreme Guild. Jun reasoned that even if they can't kill him, it doesn't mean that others can't. The man asked who Jun was referring to. Jun remembered that last year, there were quite a few veteran players who were stuck in the third world. Their levels are at least over 30. Jun was certain how those people can't ignore Chen family. Jun expressed, "Yue, just you wait," and wagered that if Yue can survive the third world, he would eat shit at the forest. Yan asked Yue if he considers her an enemy because of Jun. Yue simply replied that he only has one enemy, and that is Jun. But of course, if Misty Rain Pavilion insists on helping that person, he wouldn't mind having a few more enemies. Yan replied that there's no way she'd help that person, and that just like our MC, she hates him too. She brought out the loot and told Yue that since he let her take the last hit earlier, it all belongs to him. In Yue's mind, refining those equipment and skill books will greatly enhance his damage and health limits. The system window appeared with a regional announcement. A zombie tide will invade in 30 minutes. That round of the zombie tide is level 15. As long as they survive the zombie tide, the world quest should be completed, and they can head to the third world. Yan and Yue got ready. A few moments later, a brown-haired woman walked past Yan and rushed to Yue. The lady admitted that she was wrong and asked for his forgiveness. Yue asked her what she meant. She explained that Yao doesn't want her anymore. Yan uttered that now Yao doesn't want her, she would come looking for Yue. What does she even think of Yue? Yue admitted that she was bothered by his lack of money before, but she reasoned out that there's no girl who hasn't dreamt of a good life with wealth. She added that Yue is impressive now, with a bright future ahead. She suggested that if they got back together, they won't argue anymore, and she promised to make him happy. Yue had a smirk on his face. Yan commented that he's shameless. Suddenly, they heard a loud noise. Yue panicked that the zombie wave was coming, and they had no time to prepare. Yue was calm. Yan was ready to face them, and fortunately, she made some adjustments after the secret realm ended. Yue responded to Yue using her words. He has a bright future, so he asked why would he want someone like her. He told her to get lost. Yue was dumbfounded. She told him that he changed. The old Yue would never say that to her. The zombies arrived. Yan released an area attack. She announced that since there's too many, she wouldn't be able to control them all. Yue ordered the silver-armored scorpion to go to Yan first. It helped Yan fend off the zombies. Yue casted a fire and burned several zombies all at once. Then someone asked for Yue's help. It was Yue. She was being dragged by 2 zombies. Yan was about to rush to her aid, but Yue stopped her. He told her that she won't be able to save anyone, and she'll end up getting killed too. Yue was about to get eaten. They saw the starlight that symbolizes death. They realized that her number of revivals had already run out. More zombies charged in. Yue encouraged Yan to keep going since there's no time to lament the past. They have to deal with the zombie wave first. Yan agreed. But there was a feeling for Yue. He recalled a nice memory with Yue. The zombies have spread all throughout the city, and hunters tried their best to defeat it. Yue and Yan were hidden behind a wall. It's already the third wave, but the zombie wave hasn't ended yet. Yue told her not to worry since there are at most 3 waves in a day, and they are nearing the end. They just need to wait for the tide to recede. The Second World Zombie Siege is displayed on the system window. As the apocalypse strikes, the world faces disaster. Humanity, shrouded in darkness, is gradually mutating. The zombies are about to surround the city. As a survivor of the city, they have to work with others to protect the city. When the zombies break through, they will have nowhere to escape. The World Task 1 is to clear a secret realm. World Task 2 is to participate and successfully repel 3 zombie tides. After completing the above world tasks, they can activate the Second World Boss Dungeon teleportation passage. They have to defeat the boss to enter the third world. Yue knew that the previous secret realm yielded 400,000. If he wants to enter the third world early, he needs to clear the secret realm as soon as possible. He opened a portal and told Yan that the zombie wave would end soon and she can restore her health for the time being. Yan asked what he would do. Yue simply replied that he had other things he needed to take off. Then he went through the portal. Yan was sad, since she wanted to join too, at Zombie Hospital Level 17. Before the zombie tide ends, Yue plans to clear the secret realm as well. He entered the hospital. The zombies noticed him while he called Silver-Armored Scorpion. They marched forward to gain the experience waiting for them. It was late at night. Coins are being dropped. Yue was notified by the system that he had cleared Level 17 Zombie Hospital and received plus 200,000 EXP, plus 1 gold, plus 30,000 exotic energy with 10-fold increase. He acquired plus 1 Demon Slayer ring, 1 lightning spell skill book, 1 elite pet egg. Yue has completed the second world task and the second world passage has been activated. He has to defeat the world boss to proceed to the third world. Yue had leveled up to 20 and required 120,000 EXP to level up again. He threw the coins to Silver-Armored Scorpion, who loved it. With that, the Silver-Armored Scorpion can slowly evolve and become a mythical level character soon. Yue was pleased that he had gained a new skill and new equipment with increased attack power and health. Once the zombie tide recedes, he can prepare to clear the second world. Super Lightning Spell, a grade, summons a lightning strike to attack a single enemy, dealing 300% magic damage. It has a special effect of 30% chance to paralyze the enemy for 1 second. The paralyzed state cannot perform any actions. It costs 95 mana points and 5 seconds cooldown. The Purgatory Demon Slayer Envoy level 20, gold, is a 3-star weapon for mage or beast tamer. It has magic attack power of 155, intelligence plus 10, spirit plus 10. Each attack by the wielder burns 200 mana points from the enemy. If the enemy's mana is insufficient, an equivalent amount of health is deducted. It is a ring that seals demons coming from hell, heading toward darkness. Then a message came in. Yan invited him to fight the second world boss together now that the zombie wave is over. Yao had a message too. He needs Yue's help to fight the world boss. Yue thought that with the Forbidden Mage's assistance, the odds are better, and he also considered how Yao helped him a few times. He replied to them that they will meet in 15 minutes at the Zombie Royal Palace. Both Yan and Yao replied, okay. Outside of the city, Yan asked Yao why he brought so many people. Yao acknowledged that Yan is powerful, but he wants to be safe in dealing with the ultimate boss of the second world, so he brought more healers, just in case. Yue replied that it's alright if he's happy with it. The system window notified them that the world task has been completed, and now the teleportation portal to the second world boss dungeon can be activated. They are tasked to defeat the boss of the third world. The system detected a multi-person team, so they were prompted if they liked to enter the second world boss dungeon as a group. Yue made a golden orb on his palm and threw it on the yes button. The portal appeared. The second world boss dungeon is now activated. Yue informed them that they were about to enter. Yao ordered his men to stay close to the big boss. They walked towards the portal, and when they arrived, the place was covered in black heavy smoke. The whole place was in ruins, and at the center stood the Lev 20 Zombie King, a physical type, 3-star boss. Their jaws dropped seeing how huge the boss is. One man from Yao's team commented how it's completely on a different level compared to that wild boar from the first world. One man was worried since they almost got wiped out by that level 17 boss in the secret realm. He doubted if they can really handle a LV-20. Yue ordered them not to move. He informed them to stay back and not get too close to the boss, or else it can take them out in one hit. It's time for the Silver-Armored Scorpion to shine now. It came out and roared loudly. Having gained a lot of experience and pet eggs from the secret realm and the zombie tide, the gap between the Silver-Armored Scorpion and the boss has greatly narrowed. The Zombie King noticed them. He asked if they also wanted to taste the flavor of death. Silver-Armored Scorpion moved fast. It hit the Zombie King and dealt 555 damage. It was followed up by Yue with his fireball. The Zombie King took a direct hit. The new equipment has greatly enhanced his attack. If this pace continues, the boss would just be a bit stronger than an ordinary monster. The Zombie King yelled for them to get away. He punched the Silver-Armored Scorpion. The Zombie King is angry and yells that he'll show them his power. It punched the ground and several tentacles came out. The ground shattered. Silver-Armored Scorpion charges at it again. The Zombie King got annoyed with it, so he punched it while telling it to move away. That pushed back the Silver-Armored Scorpion. Yao told his man to quickly heal the tank. The healers immediately got to work. 3 healers worked together to heal it, while the Zombie King attacks Yue. Silver-armored Scorpion blocked the attack, while Yan charges her staff with power. She used crowd control to limit the Zombie King's movements. The Zombie King was pissed off at this despicable human who uses lowly magic. Yan told Yue to hurry up since she can't hold on for much longer. Yue concentrates his power on his staff, while telling the Zombie King that they are not despicable, it's just that the Zombie King is weak. When Yue released the attack, the Zombie King received consecutive powerful damage. Yao's jaw dropped from disbelief. A level 20, 3-star boss just lost a quarter of its health in an instant. Yue's damage output is ridiculously high. Yue releases more power as he planned to end the fight. He created lightning and tornado, and it struck down on the Zombie King. When it was finished, the Zombie King fell on the ground. Yao was so amazed. Yan agreed, and she excitedly asked if Yue's damage output had increased. Yue watched the Zombie King. The system window appeared, saying that the second world boss, Zombie King's passive destruction of heaven and earth, has been triggered. The place went on fire and the ground shattered. They asked what's going on. The Zombie King started moving. Then he yelled that he would take them to hell with him. Yao panicked and asked what they should do. He's worried because he doesn't have any resurrection scrolls left. If he dies, he won't be able to go back. The portal was too far. There's not enough time for them to run back in there. The place is being enveloped with lava. Yue looked at the silver-armored Scorpion, and he understood. He grabbed Yao and placed his hand around Yan's hip. He told them there's no time to explain. Then he threw them towards the silver-armored Scorpion. Then he ordered Silver-Armored Scorpion to use all his strength to throw them towards the exit. Silver-Armored Scorpion grabbed them with its claws. Yao looked funny as the wind distorted his face. He asked what kind of international joke he's playing. Silver-Armored Scorpion threw them in the air, and they went flying. It was so scary that Yao instinctively called out his mother. They made it out to the portal by falling hard. Yao expressed how he thought he's going to die. Yan was worried about Yue because he hasn't come out yet and the exit will disappear soon. Yai and Silver-Armored Scorpion stood at the edge of the cliff surrounded by lava. Ya told Silver-Armored Scorpion to throw him with all his might, and the moment he's thrown, he will immediately retrieve him. Silver-Armored Scorpion did exactly what he said. While in the air, Yue retrieved the Silver-Armored Scorpion. Just in time before the ground fully collapses. Yue was close to the portal, but a lava shot up from the ground blocking his way. The inertia was interrupted and he was falling. He pulled out his staff and released fire on the ground to shoot himself upwards. It caused a great explosion. Yao and Yan panicked since the portal is getting smaller and smaller. Yao was overreacting, saying how Yue gave up his life for him. But then, a quick movement came out of the portal. It was Yue. He returned safely and smiled at them. They immediately approached him to check on him. Yue replied that he's fine except for the aftershock of the explosion being strong. The system window appeared with a regional announcement for Voting City. It's a congratulatory message for Zero for defeating the second world boss and completing the second world. Yao celebrated since he finally did it. He thanked Yue and planned to reward him with 1 million. Yue announced that now the task is finished, he needs to go back and rest. Yan called out to him. She informs him that June has left Yanyu Pavilion, and from what she knows about him, he will definitely find a way to take revenge on Yue. She advised him to be careful. Yue replied that he understands. Yao noticed how Yan's control skills are spot on. Being the first batch of players to clear the second world as new professionals, he invited her to go to the third world together. Yan flatly refused him. Yao accepted her decision and told her that they should work together again when they got the chance. Yan commented how the bond between people is truly amazing. Those two used to not get along, but now they unexpectedly become friends. The third world is the arrival of the Grim Reaper. The place is like a graveyard. On a certain grave, the ground cracked and a hand appeared. Yao's member commented how the safe zone in the third world is too thrilling. They came out of the grave pits. Yao looked funny with his body buried from hips to his toes. Yao told his brothers that they are the first batch of new professionals to reach the third world. Their plan is to level up quickly and strive to become the top guild in the Zhejiang province. Someone stepped on Yao's hand. He got pissed off. He asked who dares to step on him and threatened the person by asking if he's tired of living. The An asked him if he's Liu Yao from the Supreme Guild. He looked for Yue and asked them to bring Yue to him. Yao pointed his finger at the man and asked him who he thought he was, and that he won't call him just because the guy said so. Yao's man whispered to him saying how those men don't look friendly and they appear to be professionals who stayed in the third world. He suggested calling Yue. Yao replied that he doesn't care if they're old professionals. He stands his ground not to sell out his brothers. The man asked if he's not listening. and slowly showed the blade of his sword as a sign of threat. Then he told Yao not to blame him for being rude. A strong wind blew Yao's hair. The man stabbed Yao, but it seemed like the sword became see-through upon contact with Yao's body. They were surprised to see an invalid attack. It made them think that Yao is still under newbie protection. It was a puzzle to him now that a low-level noob under level 20 managed to pass the second world. Yao was grateful that newbie protection has a 10-level difference limit, or they'd be doomed. One of Yao's men suggested to take the chance to escape, but of course, the opponent wouldn't let them. Suddenly, those men attacked them. The leader might not be able to attack Yao, but it doesn't mean others can't. One of the attackers is a LV-25 first-turner warrior named Hiller Lao San. The other attacker is LV-25 first-turner warrior named Lao Lao. One of Yao's men recognized that these people are a mercenary group specializing in killing players for money. The man told Yao that it's his last chance to bring Yue there. He threatened them that if Yue doesn't show up, they will die. Yue was informed that the medical fee that he sent to the hospital has been received. He was assured that they will take good care of his younger brother. Yue thanked them for their hard work. He read Yue's message thanking him for helping him defeat the boss, and that he gave the compensation with a little extra for all Yue's troubles. This made Yue realize that this person is a rich second-generation kid, and he's certainly generous. With the million-plus yuan, Yue won't have to worry about medical bills anymore. Suddenly, Yue received a call. When he answered it, it was Yao's guild member, begging him to save the guild leader since he was about to die. Few hours later, in the third world, the mercenaries sensed that someone was coming. Yue walked towards them. He demanded Yao to be let go. The leader of the mercenary told Yue that someone had paid to kill him. Only one of them, him or his brother, can live. Yao asked who's behind it. He bribed them with 1,000,000 yuan each just to let him go. For them to believe him, he revealed that his dad is the richest man in Linhai City. One of the mercenaries is tempted because Yao's offer is higher. The boss scolded him that money isn't worth more than his life, and this time, the client has powerful connections so they can't afford to offend them. The leader told Lao Er to kill the mere beast tamer. Lao Er charged forward, but he was surprised that it didn't land. Yue attacked with Ice Spike. Then he froze the man. Lao San was worried for Lao Er. He cursed at Yue. Yue prepared a fireball using his staff, and then blasted away Lao San with it. Yue looked pissed off. The leader of the mercenary was quite nervous upon seeing Yue defeating those level 25 warriors in just one shot. The leader sneaked behind Yue. Yue was scratched on his arm. He was notified by the system that he was hit by the skill Shadow Strike from the assassin Not-So-Cold Killer. Yue lost 1,425 horsepower. They stood face to face. Not-So-Cold Killer was impressed that Yue managed to survive on his strikes, but he planned to finish the fight. In Yue's head, this LV-30 assassin has higher agility than him, so he knew he can't dodge the attack. Violet light came out. It was the silver-armored scorpion. It blocked the dagger. Silver-armored scorpion made a roaring noise. The assassin attacked again. He was confident that he's going to hit Yue, while Yue knew he can't dodge it. Unexpectedly, the assassin was stunned. Yan caused that. She asked if Yue's okay. The assassin knows he's in a bad situation. Yue took this chance to avenge himself. The assassin got scared. A large flame engulfed him. His body slowly became charred. He couldn't believe that a mere LV-20 beast tamer with such high damage could defeat a fully gold-equipped LV-30 assassin. She uttered that Yan appeared several times at critical moments to help him out of crises, then he thanked her. Yan replied that it seems like they're connected by fate. But deep inside, she felt lucky that she kept an eye on Yue's online status. Otherwise, there's no way for her to create such an opportunity. Yao apologized to Yue. Yue replied that it was nothing since those men were really after him. Yan suspects Jun since he's been acting suspiciously lately, and she had long suspected that he's planning something. He asked Yue what he wants to do. Yan asked him if he knew those people. Yao replied that he knew that they're from the assassin mercenary group. Yue asked for their background. The assassin mercenary group is a very small guild of assassins established 10 years ago. It is said that there are more than 50 assassins in the group, but none of them are above level 30. Yao finds it impossible that they have been 10 years in the other world, yet they are only at level 30. Yue explained that reaching level 30 requires a second job advancement. As long as they don't advance, they'll never surpass level 30. They've likely exploited that bug. One of Yao's members raised that the bandits have long been lurking in the third world, making a living by robbing newly advanced professionals. Over the years, They've accumulated so much that their equipment and abilities have been refined to gold attributes, so they're very strong. Yao knew that robbery is usually for money, so he's puzzled that they wouldn't let him go when he offered a high price. Yue replied that if it's not for money, another reason is that they are being coerced. They failed this time, but Yue knew that they were sure to come back stronger. Yao asked what they should do since the level gap is too wide. There's no way they can keep fending them off. Yue brought up the topic that Yao's family is close to the legendary crafting family, the Xiao family. He asked if they could help them craft a piece of equipment. Yao asked what kind of equipment. Yue pats him on the shoulder and replied that any equipment under level 20 will do, but it must have one condition, the Heart of the Demon effect. And the sooner, the better. Yao replied that it's not a problem, but he's curious as to why they need such equipment. Yue replied that their survival in the third world depends on it. At nighttime, in a building, someone was angry that a level 30 assassin lost to a level 20 beast tamer. The man slammed the table. Shashu Peiqi, the leader of the assassin mercenary group named Assassin Page, replied that the brothers were too careless and fell into someone else's trap. He assured Boss Chen that he'll personally handle it. Mr. Chen intimidated him and told him not to disappoint him again, otherwise there will be consequences. Peiqi replied yes. Meanwhile, Yue made his staff glow. It kept on going while he rested. At his current level, going against the assassin mercenary group alone is suicide. The system showed details about Death Caesar. The once prosperous human capital has turned into a graveyard after being ravaged by Death Caesar. The survivors have no choice but to migrate into tombs to evade Death Caesar's attacks. They must ensure their tomb's defense value is above 100, or they will have no chance of resisting when Death Caesar strikes. World Quest 1 is to raise their tomb's defense value from the initial 300 to 2,000. World Quest 2 states that they must complete at least one task with a difficulty rating no lower than 300. Completing the world quests will unlock the third world's boss challenge. Defeating the boss allows access to the fourth world. Another system window showed that death descends, dealing 88 points of damage to Yue's tomb. In the third world, he can enhance his tomb's defense by slaying monsters, completing tasks, and clearing dungeons. Death Caesar attacks the third world indiscriminately every night at 12 o'clock, lasting 10 minutes. If any professional fails to return to their tomb, or if their tomb's defense drops top 0, they will be instantly killed. Everyone, including assassins, will retreat to their tombs to escape him. That was Yue's only chance. Now all he needs to do is to wait for Yao. He received a message. It was from Yao stating that the equipment is ready. Yao entered the third world and hurried to Yue. Yue expressed that he didn't expect it to be done in just one day. Yao replied that his dad is good friends with the head of the Xiao family, and besides, it was urgent. Yao expressed how the Xiao family is truly worthy of the title Legendary Craftsman since they managed to create top-tier equipment in such a short time. Heart of the Demon. It is at level 20 with 2 stars and gold attributes. Its magic attack is 100, with a bonus intelligence plus 6. When at full health, the wielder will be immune to lethal damage from a single strike. This is a staff forged from the eyes of a demon and tempered in black water, imbued with immense demonic power, crafted by Xiaojiba. Yao asked Yue if they are heading out to fight together. He shared that members of the guild said that the assassins are waiting outside the safe zone, targeting the members of the Supreme Guild. Yue replied that he has other plans. A system window appeared to display a message about the Holy Light Tomb. All professionals in the Holy Light Tomb were warned that Death Caesar would attack in 5 minutes, so they had to retreat to their tombs immediately. Yao announced that they must return to their tombs quickly, but then they saw people coming towards them. Yao recognized that it's those assassins. Yue assured him that they won't attack since they are in the safe zone. Qi taunted them and threatened them that if they took even one step outside, he would kill them miserably. Yue told Yao to hurry into the tombs. Yao panicked seeing Yue heading in the other direction. If he heads out now that death is coming, it's basically suicide. Yue advised Yao not to leave the Holy Light Tomb until he returns. If needed, they can retreat to the second world to grow stronger. Yue entered a portal. Yao asked what he's planning. The place started to get covered with red, ominous lava floors. Then something rose from the ground. It's a red, giant, menacing, demonic-looking creature. Yu kept walking until he found what he was looking for. At Gravekeeper Lifa, one man is hugging a cross and yelling that the hateful ruler of death, Death Kaisar, is coming again to desecrate the Holy Light Cemetery. Yui asked him if he needed help. The man was surprised to see an adventurer. The The man told Yue that he arrived in time. He requested Yue to head to the City of Death, east of Holy Light Cemetery, and eliminate the skeleton army there. This army is under the command of Death Kaisar, ruler of death. As long as they are destroyed, the power of Death Kaisar, the ruler of death, will definitely weaken. Yue agreed that they cannot allow Death Kaisar to bully them. The man was pleased that he gave Yue a thumbs up and told him that he will wait for good news. Yue received the mission called Facing Death. It's a normal quest with 440 difficulty. The Holy Light Cemetery faces repeated threats from Death Kaisar, the ruler of death. Yada yada yada. I ain't reading all that. During Death Kaisar's invasion, once they leave the Holy Light Cemetery, there's only one outcome: death. The red, gigantic, menacing, demonic-looking creature let out an attack from its mouth. Yue made a barrier to defend himself. He was informed by the system that his grave is being attacked by Death Kaisar, making him lose 97 points. The cemetery's remaining defense value is 121 points. Another system window appeared to inform him that the effects of Darkness and Devil's Eyes and Heart of Demon have been activated. Yue successfully resisted the fatal damage caused by Death Kaisar. Yue felt grateful that he asked Yao to enhance the staff. The Heart of Demon effect is perfect for resisting Death Kaisar. It's because no matter how much health an adventurer has, if that person is within the attack range of Death Kaisar, instant death is inevitable. The enhancement effect of the Heart of Demon provides immunity to his skills. Yue discovered it by accident in his previous life while exploring the fourth world. In the third world, such equipment can only appear if crafted by a skilled craftsman. Thanks to Yao's connection with a legendary craftsman, the equipment this time is better than in his previous life, and it didn't take much time. Yue planned to be back soon, meanwhile at the safe zone. Yao expressed that he's scared to death since Death Kaisar is truly powerful. His subordinate told him that it's just the beginning. If they can't venture out to level up anymore, when the cemetery's defense points drop to 0, they will be doomed. Jun appeared and noticed Yao walking by. He asked Yao why he's standing in the safe zone and not daring to go out. He asked if Yao is afraid that if he leaves, he'll never make it back to the third world. Pei reminded Jun that it's important to seize the opportunity and go out to level up. Jun got pissed off from being told what to do. He reminded Pei that his mission is to capture Yue. Pei clarified with him that he will protect him, but if he dares to touch a single hair on Chiki's body, he won't let him get away with it. Jun replied that it will all depend on Pei's behavior. If he's obedient, then his daughter will be fine. Jun advised Yao to hand over Yue as soon as possible. Otherwise, even if they don't kill Yao, Yao won't survive the night. Yao was pissed off. He commented that Jun relies on his high rank to look down on others. Yan hurriedly approaches Yao and asks where Yue is. She has an important message for him. Yao's subordinate replied that Yue took the equipment and fled. Yan replied that it's impossible. It made the subordinates pale. They already assumed the worst, like Yue fled and left them to fend for themselves. Yao told them to stop talking nonsense. He corrected them by saying that it's not right to doubt people that they employ. If they will just doubt them, it's better not to employ that person at all. And he clarified that Yue is not that kind of person. His subordinate asks how he can still trust him. Suddenly, Yao received a message from Yue asking for a favor. Yao was pleased that Yue looked for him. Yan was jealous that Yao was the one asked for a favor. She decided that he will make him understand that she's far stronger than Yao. Yao informs Yue that Jun has entered the third world and brought about 10 high-level assassin mercenaries to personally guard him, and that Jun is using the daughter of someone with the highest position as a hostage to force the mercenary to carry out his tasks. Yue replied that he understands. Yao asked him where he was. Yue replied that he's in the City of Death. At City of Death, Yan was walking around. According to the data, most monsters in the City of Death range from level 25 to level 28. Based on their level, it shouldn't be enough to handle the monsters there. A hand came out of the ground, and that spooked Yan. She didn't notice that a zombie appeared behind her too. The zombie was stopped when someone used the ice cone technique. Yan recognized that voice. Yue grabbed her and burned the zombie in front of her. Yan blushed while thinking how he had come to save her again. A man approached Pei to clarify since their mission is to kill Yue, but it seemed like the boss is personally taking Jun to upgrade. Pei replied that whether it's about killing people or upgrading, as long as the sponsor gives money, they just do what they say. Pei vowed that when Yue comes out, he will make sure to avenge himself and make sure Yue had no place to be buried. Suddenly, a person hidden under the robe walked away. Pei noticed it and scolded that kid for sneaking away. The person hurriedly ran away from them. Pei was furious. He screamed at the person to die in there, and there's no need to build a tomb for that kid. The man in the robe rushed to Yao. Yao asked how it went, and if the man wasn't recognized. The man was pleased to report that he wasn't found out. He shared that those people kept cursing on Yue, wishing him to die inside the graveyard. They shook hands, and Yao instructed the man that there's nothing for him to do. The money will be transferred to his account soon. He reminded the man not to mention it to anyone. The man thanked Yao. One of Yao's men raised to him how Yue wanted to use them to help him create the illusion that he's still in the graveyard. He's curious as to why Yao is still helping him, when if he tells the assassin group about it, they might let go of the siege on the Supreme Guild. Yao replied that Yue wants them to wait for him in the safe zone. The man confronts Yao if he's confused. Since Yue is all alone, he believes that even if he comes back, there's no way he can deal with so many high-level professionals from the assassin mercenary group. Yao screamed, okay, and with determination in his eyes, he uttered that he trusts his judgment that Yue is definitely worth it. Meanwhile, back to these two. Yan thanked Yue. Then she noticed that Yue leveled up again. Yue confirmed that and replied that one level is too slow. Yan couldn't believe he would say that when she hasn't seen him for just 1 or 2 days. Yue thought about how the graveyard's defense can only withstand 3 attacks from Death God Kaisar, which means in 2 more nights, those in the Sacred Light Graveyard will either be killed by the Assassin Guild or by Death God Kaisar. He asked if Yan had any potions. She replied yes and asked him how many he needed. Since it's urgent, Yue replied that the more she has, the better. He promised to pay her 120% of the market price for the potions. Yan checked her backpack. Fortunately, her sister prepared a lot for her. Yan asked if the reason why he wants so many potions is because he wants to level up quickly and become stronger to be able to launch a counterattack on the assassin mercenary group. Yue confirmed her thoughts and added that he needs to raise his strength to a level where he can surpass them in 3 days. Yan was alarmed since there's a limit to what humans can do in the alternate world. She inquired if he can really handle it in such a short span of time. Yue simply replied, I need to. Yan offered to help him. Yue reasoned that the monsters will be of high level and very dangerous. Yan assured him that he has nothing to worry since Yan's sister gave her a new set of equipment, and her attack and defense increased by quite a fair bit. Yue is not surprised that he sees 400,000. Whenever Yan does something, it's always extravagant. Yue agreed and decided to redo their fighting strategy. Deep inside, Yue thought that with 400,000 helping him, their efficiency will be much higher, but the main priority is protecting her safety. Yan agreed. The mission is called When Facing Against Death, and it's an ordinary one with a difficulty value of 440. The class user is tasked to enter the capital of Death and kill select soldiers of the skeleton army. Time frame is 3 days. Yue realized that based on their current progress, within 3 days, it will be an uphill battle to increase their level and upgrade their equipment. Yue remembered the third world had a level 25 secret realm. Skeleton Island. It's like the second world's secret realm, and Yue knew he could level up in there. If it's the secret realm scroll's reward, and with completing the mission, he thinks it's enough. Yan enthusiastically expresses that she needs to accompany him to beat the secret realm. A portal to the third world's secret realm, Skeleton Island, appeared. Yue told her that they should head out. They passed through the portal and reached the other side. It was a creepy island with a large skull with red pupils at the center. NPC mage Lao Rue was there. He asked Yue if they are there to help him, a lonely old man facing a place filled with monsters. Yue replied, yes. Rui gave him a badge and expressed how he hopes that Yue won't get killed because of his recklessness. Upon holding the badge, a screen displayed details about Ordinary Command, a level 25 Skeleton Island Secret Realm Order. For every skeleton killed by the Secret Order holder, Yue will obtain 10 refining chances. Every refining chance costs 20 alternate energy, and there will be a chance to get a gold mission. But there was also a warning that the item is automatically binding. It cannot be exchanged or dropped. Yan saw that Yue had a strange expression. She inquired if the Secret Realm's mission is that hard. Yue replied that the starting Secret Realm order has a chance to refine it to a gold order, so it needs a little bit of time. Yan looked worried since killing monsters is okay, but the refining rate isn't high, and it costs a lot of alternate energy. An ordinary person doesn't have that much alternate energy to begin with. Yue replied that there's nothing to worry since the thing he lacks the least is the alternate energy. They hunt the monsters, and was notified that Yue had killed a level 25 skeleton guard. He gained plus 20 EXP, plus 1 brave defense, and plus 250,000 alternate energy. He killed 2 more of that and gained the same rewards. Eventually, the smoke in the battlefield slowly disappears. Yue and Yan had beaten quite a lot of monsters already, and now Yue is curious if the order really has not changed. He checked, and it hasn't. He encouraged Yan not to give up. Then the badge turned into gold. A window screen appeared, and it contains a congratulatory message for refining into Gold Order in Skeleton Island Secret Realm Order. They were tasked to level up in the Skeleton Island Realm using the Gold Order within 2 hours, otherwise the order will disappear. The refinement chance of the Golden Secret Order is less than 1 in 10,000. Yue and Yan were fortunate, and in addition, Yue's ability energy is sufficient, allowing him to keep trying until it succeeds. They have calculated the time, so they are aware that Death God will arrive soon. They have also accumulated quite a bit of defense value, so a single attack on the save zone shouldn't be a big problem. The Golden Secret Order only has a 2-hour retention time. They decided to go to the Secret Realm first, and it will also help them avoid a direct confrontation with Death God Caesar. A window screen displayed that some equipment only appears in high-level dungeons. With them, they'll have more points and chances to defeat the Assassin Mercenary Corps. Yue used the Golden Secret Order to upgrade Skill Island's Secret Realm to a hidden Secret Realm. They have been congratulated for earning an exclusive activation reward of +5 coins. A Necromancer set. Self. Reflect Equipment Box, 25th level, 2-star +3. A mission is unlocked, which is to kill 40 skeleton warriors and defeat the Secret Realm Guardian, Skeleton General Hera. A bright light appeared which made Yan ask what's going on. Yue advised her to watch out since something is coming. A gust of wind came through the portal. Then it revealed the Skeleton General Hera. It is at level 26 physical type Lord Monster. It called the soldiers revived from the dark forces to obey his command and kill the invaders before them. The soldiers charged at Yue and Yan. Yue informs Yan that since those soldiers teamed up with the Skeleton General, it makes them very difficult to deal with. His plan is to lure the Skeleton Warrior Squad away first and then take them out one by one. They kept running, and eventually, Yan asked how long they would do it for. Yue asked her how many people she could control at once when she unleashed her full firepower. Yan admitted that she never tested it before. Yue decides to lure them away while Yan finds a hidden spot and controls as many as she can, so it will be easier for them to eliminate them quickly. Yan agreed to that. Yue released a large flame. The skeleton soldiers kept coming. Yue was serious. Then he yelled at Yan to get ready. Yan had controlled them, but she informed Yue that she can't hold on much longer, so he needs to hurry. Yue assumed the stance and released a powerful beam. Fire engulfed those zombie soldiers. Skeleton General Hera announced that he will use Yue's blood for the atonement of his sins. Skeleton General Hea is a physical type Lord Monster at level 27. Its physical attack is 800, physical defense 450, magical defense 450, health 19,800. It has skills such as charge, sweeping, slash, piercing attack. The leader of the Skeleton Warrior Clan and the Guardian of Skull Island commands an army strong enough to defeat entire legions, ruling over Skull Island. Anyone who dares to invade the island will be struck down by the Skeleton General. Yue was impressed with the powerful stats. His skills are still on cooldown. If he gets hit, the whole run will fail. Yan called Yue out loud. The multicolored spell drained most of her energy. Yue was about to be hit with the large lance. Yan concentrated her power, and that made the Skeleton General Hera miss his mark. Yue showed his flames and told Skeleton General Hera that his lance is ineffective at that range. They simultaneously hit Skeleton General Hera with their attacks, until Skeleton General Hera fell on the ground. Skeleton General Hera cursed at those invaders. Yue explained that he used too much earlier, but he tried not to kill the general. Yan assured him that he had done great. Yue hoped Yan could do him a favor. Yan asked what it was. Skeleton General Hera tries to stand up. A man was concerned for Jun, since his resurrection scrolls haven't been refreshed yet, and he insists on staying outside the secret realm. Jun told them that the secret realm has been activated, and the rules have been changed, blocking outsiders from entering. He wants to find out who the hell thinks they can steal the first clear rewards of the secret realm. One person tried to reason out, but he told them to shut up. He asked his guys if they're just sitting around doing nothing. He ordered them that when that guy comes out, they will all go in together and take him down. Then an area announcement was displayed. This is about the Sacred Light Graveyard. It has a congratulatory message to Yan for being the first to clear the 25th level Hidden Secret Realm Skull Island and recovering the reward 1v25 bounty scroll. Jun couldn't believe that it was Yan. He asked her if she's really the one who activated the Hidden Secret Realm of Skull Island. Yan simply replied yes. Jun asked why she would close the entrance. He told her that she could have at least let them in to help her. Yan replied that she doesn't need anyone's help, and that since it's her secret realm, she wants to take the rewards by herself. She asked if that's a problem. Then she ordered them to move aside since she's leaving. Jun just accepted her decision. But then someone told her to wait up. That caught Yan's attention. Pei-Chi uttered that not many people knew, but according to the rules of the Skull Island Secret Realm, the one who activates the Hidden Secret Realm and clears it first cannot receive the bounty scroll reward. So, he probed Yan further if she was not alone when she entered. Yan replied that her best friend teamed up with her and that her friend opened the secret realm and it was Yan who got to clear it first. She asked if there's a problem with that. Jun asked where the friend was. Yan simply replied, "She's gone." Then Yan expressed to Jun that his people interrogated her as if she's a criminal. Jun was nervous because she's angry. He explained that the guy is just a bodyguard that he hired so he doesn't know any better. Jun offered to treat him to a meal. Yan scoffed and told him not to follow her. Jun reminded Pei-Chi of his instruction to keep an eye on Yue. He asked if he's certain that Yue hasn't left the safe zone yet. Jun added that his brothers saw him trying to leave, but because their people were guarding the entrance, Yue turned back. Jun was hopeful since it's the third night. As long as Yue doesn't come out at midnight, with the Reaper's strike, the cemetery's defense value will drop to 0. And then, Yue and Yao will be as good as dead. Yan walked into the forest. She called for Yue. He appeared from behind the boulder. Yan expressed how afraid she felt that Yue would be spotted. She asked him if he knew that Jun would be outside when he told her to go out earlier. Yue replied that since Jun hired so many assassins, at that stage, the Third World probably has the strongest among them. And he expected that once the first clear announcement for the Secret Realm comes out with Jun's personality, he will definitely come to see who took his reward and take it back if he can. Yan had figured out now why Yue sought her aid to deliver the final blow to the boss. It was to hide his identity. Yue apologized for not being able to reveal himself at the moment to avoid causing unnecessary trouble. With that, he owes her one. Yan blushed and told him that it's okay. She was glad to be of help to him. Yu suggested that they take a break while looking at their loot. They have the Super Magic Shield, A level January 10th, but currently can't be updated. This shield condenses mana to cast a magic shield that can absorb damage for the caster or one ally within 30 yards. Shield value equals 300% of the caster's magic attack power, lasting for 10 seconds. While the shield is active, it increases the shielded ally's defense by 15%. It consumes 155 mana and has a cooldown of 20 seconds. Yu thought it wasn't bad. They got a life-saving skill and a Death Knight set selection box. He stated that as long as they avoid Jun's people and return to the Sacred Light Cemetery to turn in the quest, they can easily reach level 25, and the current dilemma will be resolved. Yan uttered that the enemy is at level 30. She asked if he's certain that level 25 is enough. She offered to use her sister's connections just in case. Yue assured her that it can be handled. He pats her head, and it makes her blush. Then she brought up the bounty scroll on which she acquired during the first clear. She asked if they should open it. She stated that the tasks in the other world are generally divided into 3 types: regular, hidden, and bounty. Among them, hidden quests have the lowest probability and are of high rarity. Bounty quests have the highest uncertainty, but most of them are related to monetary rewards, so they are not as highly regarded as hidden quests. The potion consumption has been massive the past 2 days, so it's a good opportunity to earn some money for supplies. Suddenly, a golden light struck the ground. They asked what's going on. A silhouette of a monster can be seen. Then a window screen displayed that the bounty quest has refreshed to reveal a boss in the current map. The City of the Dead, Golden Skeleton King level 28, physical type 3-star. Yan had triggered a rare opportunity. She was asked if she would like to upgrade the completed task, Fight Against the Reaper, to the rare hidden quest, Hunt the Skeleton King. She asked Yue on what the system means by upgrading the completed task. Yue explained that choosing to upgrade the quest means giving up the original quest rewards. If they don't complete the upgraded quest, it will be all for nothing. And under normal circumstances, Yue would definitely choose to upgrade the quest. But that's exactly the concern. If June shows up, everything they worked for could be lost. Yan stated that hidden quests are rare and hard to come by, so there's nothing to be hesitant about. She suggested grabbing it before June and his people react. Yue agreed. They click the option to upgrade. The window screen confirmed their upgrade. It also showed task rewards that have been enhanced. Plus 500,000 EXP, plus 500 cemetery defense value, plus 10 gold, plus 100,000 energy, Death Knight set level 25, plus 1 2-star full set of 7 pieces class selectable, plus 2 selectable skill books, plus 3 elite pet eggs. Rewards are granted to the player who kills the Golden Skeleton King boss, and the time remaining they have is 59 minutes and 55 seconds. Yan was excited with the rewards since it was much better than the previous task. To her, it is definitely a win. Yue replied that it's a bit troublesome, and that it's just the two of them finishing the kill within an hour seems tough. Suddenly, they heard a voice saying how they're fortunate to encounter a boss spawn. Yue covered Yan's mouth, and then they hid behind the boulder. Jun continued expressing how killing those monsters will give them some generous rewards. But when he saw that it's a level 28 3-star boss, he knew the guy could send them to meet their grandmother with just a single kick. The monster towered over them. Jun instructed his men to weaken the monster and leave the final blow to him. One of his men argued that it would get them killed. Pei Qi accepted the task and ordered Old 2 and Old 3 to be the tanks and focus on aggro. Then he told the healer to focus on the buffs and healing. Assassins and Pei Qi will focus on dealing damage. They charged at it. Pei Qi hit it with his sword. The monster roared loudly. It tried to counterattack, but Pei Qi managed to dodge it. Then Pei Qi told the healer to cast debuffs on the monster. The healer acknowledged his order. The monster was debuffed. Yan took a peek and asked Yue if he planned to let them fight first to drain some of the monster's stamina. Yue replied that it's called the mantis stalks the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. The mage fired while the swordsman charged forward. The Golden Skeleton King was hit right at the chest. Yan uttered that, as expected of an elite-level assassins, with just a few people, they deal such high damage. Yue noticed the team composition. There's a frontline, output, and healing, plus their coordination is very good. The boss of the elite assassins, Pei, sensed something. Jun yelled at them to hurry up and take down the monster. He threatened them that if he can't level up and get the rewards, they will all suffer the consequences. He asked why they stopped. One of the elite assassins told their boss that the guy was too much. Their boss threw a knife and yelled, "Come out!" Yue saw that the blade was sent in their direction. An explosion happened. Eventually, the dust was cleared, and it revealed Yue and Yan. Yue expressed that he didn't actually expect them to discover him. Pei noticed how Yue played tricks right under their nose, as if he's not taking them seriously. Jun was surprised to see Yue because he thought that he was tapped in the safe zone. He inquired how he got there with Yan. He asked how Yan could be with that guy. Yan was annoyed and she emphasized that who she's with is none of his concern. Jun got triggered. He ordered Pei to kill Jun, and he will release his daughter at once. Pei asked if he meant it. Pei ordered one assassin to call everyone in the safe zone to support them. Then he attacked Yue. Yue saw how fast he is. Immediately, he pushed Yan to dodge the incoming attack, and he got hit with negative 208 damage. Yue stepped back. Pei told him that since he's out of the safe zone, his life belongs to him now. Yue told him to keep dreaming. Pei released his power and targeted Yan. Yue was annoyed that he bullies the weak. So, he gathered his energy at the tip of his spear and released a powerful attack. Pei was caught up in the explosion. He couldn't believe how the damage was so high. Two of the assassins called Pei to come quickly because they can no longer hold off the Golden Skeleton King. The Golden Skeleton King made a magic circle on the sky and made it rain beams. Pei glanced at Yue. Eventually, he chose to deal with the Golden Skeleton King. Yue told Yan that they have to find a chance to stall them and take down the boss first. Meanwhile, at Yao's party, his subordinate was worried because if they don't get out there, they will die. One of them regretted not selling Yue to the assassins earlier to escape. Unexpectedly, they noticed that the assassins are gone. They felt relieved that those killers finally left. Yao was curious as to why they retreated. He speculated that they must have found Yue. One of the subordinates told him that it's their chance to farm monsters and build up the cemetery defense value. He encouraged him to forget about Yue. Another subordinate seconded that, otherwise, they'll die in there. Yao held on to Yue's promise to free them that night. He knew that if Yue was captured by the assassins, everything would be ruined, and he can't just ignore Yue. His subordinates were dumbfounded. Yao ordered them to gather all the guild members and head to the city of the dead. He announced that everyone who joins will have their salary doubled for that month. His subordinates sighed. They talk among themselves that their boss is so righteous that they don't know if that's a good thing or not. The other one replied that thinking too much won't help, and they should just quietly go since they can't say no to money. Meanwhile, Pei charged at the Golden Skeleton King. He told the healer to watch his positioning and keep weakening it and leave the rest to him. The healer replied, okay. The healer released a powerful purple glow from his body. The Golden Skeleton King was about to grab him. He screamed out loud. Meanwhile, Yue and Yan just watched from the sidelines. Tension filled the air as Yue and Yan observed the Golden Skeleton King's next move, while Pei glared at it. Jun saw their numbers decreased, so he got cautious until the backup arrived. The Golden Skeleton King hit the ground powerfully. Yue counted on Yan to do her thing. She immobilized the monster. Yue took his only chance. But Pei chased after him to hinder him from succeeding. Pei chased after him. Suddenly, an orb of bright light, like a small sun, appeared and was released towards Pei. Pei got annoyed on who dared to ruin his plans. Several men were seen running towards them. The leader of those men informed Yue that their boss is holding the rear and sent them to support him. They were ordered to protect Yue, and even if it caused their death, they will be compensated 30,000. He led everyone to charge. Pei talked to his assassins, saying that those newcomers are just a bunch of ants that they can handle. His men charged too. They were annoyed at Yao's guild because they're just a bunch of mad dogs that they locked up for days, and still they dare to act recklessly. The assassin killed the leader of Yao's group. Meanwhile, Yue released a powerful beam towards the monster. Pei's jaw dropped upon witnessing that because he knew that the guy is only in 20-ish level. He couldn't believe that the damage would be that high. He went after Yue because if they let him continue, the boss will be stolen. Yan saw him and dared to interrupt. He was immobilized. He glared at her and told her that out of respect for Jun, he didn't strike her down, but it seemed like she's seeking death, so he'll grant her that. He exudes his power to break free. He left a trail of dust. The next thing we knew is that he charged towards Yan and pierced her heart. Yui saw it and turned pale. Yan encouraged him to keep going, then she vanished. Yui grits his teeth in anger. He rained down a barrage of attacks on the monster, while Pei released several blades towards him. The Golden Skeleton King tries to punch Yue. He made a barrier to protect himself. He absorbs power in his spear, and released that concentrated energy directly at the skeleton's chest. Flame engulfed the Golden Skeleton King. Then the system screen notified Yue that he successfully killed the level 28 3-star boss Golden Skeleton King. He obtained rewards like plus 42,000 experience points, 55% performance with 20% last hit, and additional energy of 28 million. The flame continued to burn. At the center of it all is Yue, and he looked angry. Yao, along with the rear team, saw that the boss was gone. He assumed that it was done by Yue, which boosted their morale to hurry up and join them. Yue felt fortunate for obtaining a defensive skill when clearing the secret realm, and that helped him block the boss's final strike. He had to turn in the quest to level up. He started with collecting the loot first. Suddenly, the system screen appeared to notify him that since he killed the Golden Skeleton King, he had triggered the Necromancer. It has a class effect called Necromancer's Harvest. He was asked if he wanted to harvest the boss's Golden Skeleton King as a pet. He happily replied, yes. Meanwhile, Jun was furious. He ordered Pei to hurry and bring back the look for him, otherwise he'd kill his daughter. So, Pei charged at Yue. Yue told him not to be in a rush since it will be their turn to lose their heads soon. Pei swung his sword. Jun threatened Pei again that he'd kill his daughter. This time, Pei couldn't hold back, and he pushed him. Jun fell on his butt, but Pei pushed him to the ground and stomped on his chest. He warned him that if he lays a finger on his daughter, he'll tear him into pieces. Jun defended that it was just a misunderstanding. He tried to clarify that what he's saying is that the kid just slaughtered a level 28, 3-star boss and even snatched all the loot from the boss, which means that he'd only get stronger, and if they miss that chance, it will be hard for him to kill him later. Pei scoffed and announced that killing Yue was as easy as flipping his hand. Yao arrived and was surprised to see that Yue was no longer there. He thought that he just ran away. Pei ordered the killing of those people from the Supreme Guild, but Jun stopped him, because he planned to use Yao as bait to lure Yue. The system congratulated Yue for completing the hidden quest called Chill the Skeleton King. He'd obtained rewards like plus 500,000 experience points, plus 500 cemetery defense value, plus 10 gold coins, and plus 100 million energy. With that, he reached level 25. Yue didn't expect that the boss could even become a pet. He knew that if he trained it well, ordinary monsters wouldn't stand a chance against it. Unexpectedly, another screen appeared. He received a message from Yanyu Pavilion General telling him that he had Yao under his feet, then he insulted him to bait him to come and meet him. Then a message from Yan appeared next. She told him that it's a trap and he shouldn't go, or if he does, he should wait for her so they could go together. But he told her that there's no need. His plan was to avenge them all. Apparently, Jun held Yao hostage. Yao's face was all bruised. He had faith that Yue would come. Yue walked towards them. Jun called him foolish for falling on their scheme. Yao cried out loud and begged him to help him. Yue told Jun that he's there like they wanted, so he better let go of Yao first. Pei told Jun that once Yue got a little closer, they would go all at once to kill him. Jun whispered to him. He couldn't believe that Pei had to ambush a lowly beastmaster. Pei ordered one assassin to go. The assassin kicked Yao while telling him to get lost. Immediately, Yao rushed to Yue's side. He had faith that he'd come. Yue instructed him to go back first and leave the rest to him. Yao cried, begging him to retreat together since he believed that they couldn't take on those assassins. He knew that once they were back in the city, they wouldn't catch them. Yue told him that it would be fine. He urged him to go so he wouldn't hold him back. While in tears, Yao took out a scroll and assured Yue that he'll come back with his people right away. And as long as there's anyone in his guild that can revive, no matter what the cost, he was determined to bring them to help him. Yao was gone. Yue challenged those men to attack him. Pei ordered them to attack. They looked down on him for being a beastmaster, so they were confident that they could kill him. They competed against each other because whoever took Yue down would get a reward from their boss. Yue pulled out his staff, and it fully materialized, and with it, he summoned the Dark Skeleton King. Their jaws dropped. They couldn't fathom how he could summon a golden skeleton king. They questioned what monster did he mess with. Yue remembered that he had to thank them. He took out some eggs and told them that he reached level 25, but the eggs are level 30 elites, and the silver-armored scorpion was a bit weaker. The system asked him if he would like the Golden Skeleton King to inherit all the silver-armored scorpion's skill and experience. When he accepted that, the system notified him that the Golden Skeleton King had devoured the silver-armored scorpion. The evolution increased by 1, which makes the current evolution 10 out of 10. With that, the Golden Skeleton King elite level evolved into a rare level. The next evolution required devouring 10 rare pets. In addition, the Dark Skeleton King has inherited the charge assault from a silver-armored scorpion. He said sorry to the scorpion. Then he clicked the screen for the Death Knight set. With that, he received the full Death Knight set level 25 2-star. Summoning a same-level skeleton warrior made him think that it's similar to having 2 pets. Plus, if he refines it to 10 golden attributes, the effect will be stronger. He started refining. The treasure chest opened. It gave out a bright golden light. A notification flashed on Yue's screen, signaling that he had acquired several powerful items, all level 25 with 2-star ratings. Among them was the Eternal Magic Wand. He also received the Demon-Slaying Death Ring, the Eternal Magic Hat. Next was the Demon-Slaying Death Robe, the Demon-Slaying Death Pants. He also obtained the Demon-Slaying Death Boots. Lastly, the Eternal Magic Chain. With all these powerful additions in his inventory, Yue was finally done. He just needs to equip the Skeleton King gear he prepared, and his pet would be tankier than defensive boots, and with its warrior stats, it's strong in both offense and defense. He vowed that this time, he won't let Jun and the others leave alive. He ordered the Dark Skeleton King to go. The assassins didn't fear him since he's just a beastmaster. They charged at him even when the Dark Skeleton King was behind him. The Dark Skeleton King raised its hand, and its power struck down those assassins. Pei was surprised that it had high defense and powerful attacks. He questioned if that was the kid's strength. Jun yelled at them to move. He asked Pei if he wanted to save his daughter. Pei looked annoyed. He was raging, but he had planned what to do. Deep inside, he's annoyed at Jun. Because of him, he lost so many brothers, so he vowed that once he saved his daughter, he'd slice him into 1,000 pieces. He was confident that if he took Yue down, the pet would be useless. Yue blocked his sword with his staff. He smirked and asked him if he really thought he came unprepared. Pei was caught off guard when another skeleton appeared behind him to strike him down. He couldn't believe that there's a second pet. The skeleton had hit Pei on his back. Yue released all his powers. Several different kinds of attacks were unleashed. Pei couldn't believe it since that kind of damage is absolutely impossible for an ordinary level 20 player. He wondered if it was because of some top-tier equipment or other item. 2 assassins hit the skeleton from behind and dealt negative 500 damage. One of them reported that the Skeleton King is so tanky that even their gold gear can't cut it. Pei decided to go after the Beastmaster first since the Skeleton King is just a pet. He instructed them to leave 2 high-agility ones to restrain the Skeleton King, while the rest focus on attacking Yue. He believed that Yue won't be able to withstand the attacks from those who are level 30 players. The rest followed the instructions. Yue sidestepped to evade their attacks. As he attacks one of them, another assassin targeted his back. He immediately turned around and electrocuted the attacker. 2 assassins from his side jump in to slash him. He created a barrier around him to block the attacks. Suddenly, someone arrived and announced that the guild leader had ordered them to protect Yue. Yue asked who they were. The man approached Yue and introduced himself as Xiao Yao, the vice president of the Supreme Guild. He informed him that their president had sent them to support him. Yue thanked them and advised that if they encountered danger, they shouldn't force a fight. The guy told him that he understood the task. He relayed to the guild members to unite all the forces they can, heal if they can, and harass if they can. Everyone replied yes, and they got their formation. The tanks put their shield up in front, while the mages released attacks from the rear. The assassins had to be careful to evade those attacks. Pei got overwhelmed. He commented that those lunatics don't value their lives. He got distracted when a man attacked him. At this time, Yue created a blue orb, and it released powerful ice attacks. Yue told Pei that he lived up to his name as the leader of the killer mercenaries since his agility is truly high. Pei replied that unless Yue is like the little girl who uses crowd control, killing him is only a matter of time. Yue dared him to try it. He showed him the 2 menacing skeletons. Unexpectedly, Pei received a message. One of his subordinates informed him that the second young lady of the Su family sent someone to rescue Qi, so his daughter is with him now. Then the guy sent their picture. Tears pooled from his eyes. Out of the blue, he yelled for everyone to stop. Even that surprised Yue. Jun got angry at him and tried to threaten him again using his daughter. Without hesitation, Pei grabbed him by the neck. Jun struggled, but Pei was furious. He told him that from the day he kidnapped his daughter, he should have known that it would be his fate. He threw him on the ground. Jun yelled loudly. He begged him to let him go, and he would release his daughter at once. He begged him to spare him. Pei told him that there's no need for him to do that because his daughter is already at home. He stabbed Jun on the chest. And just like that, Jun vanished. Yue knew Jun had strong backing. He asked Pei if he wasn't scared that he would retaliate. Pei replied that in their line of work, they live on the edge and they can't even protect their families. He knelt in front of Yue and apologized to him on behalf of the killer mercenaries. Yue was confused about what he meant. He explained that Yue's friend saved his daughter and he couldn't thank him enough. Since they had killed many of their people, he offered to carry that burden and pay with his life. Xiao Yao pointed out that the killer mercenaries have killed members of the Supreme Guild 235 times in total. The mercenaries reacted violently after hearing that. They threatened to kill him. Pei loudly yelled that no one moves. Yue raised his staff and told Pei that since he asked for it, he won't hold back. He electrocuted him. Pei couldn't believe that he could inflict such high damage. It made him think that he's not an ordinary person. After that, Pei had vanished. The mercenaries left wanted to avenge their boss, but they were distracted when they received a message from the boss. Pei informed them that Qi is back because Yue's people helped get her back. He told them that he would keep his promise, so from then on, anyone who opposes Yue will be immediately expelled from the guild. Everyone was surprised. Yue and Xiao Yao waited expectantly. They approached the killer mercenaries. Xiao Yao was about to say something, but Yue told him not to panic. Surprisingly, those men knelt and expressed that they are willing to atone for the lives lost from the Supreme Guild. One man after another expressed that. They didn't want their boss to carry the blame alone. Xiao Yao was speechless. Yue lectured them that as citizens of Dragon Nation, their sharpness should be aimed outward, not against their fellow countrymen. He added that killing their own kind is no skill, and protecting their family and defending the Dragon Nation, that is the true meaning of professional survival. He instructed them to tell their boss that the debt must be paid, but in a different way. He told them that all the economic and material losses the Supreme Guild suffered the past 2 days must be repaid double. In addition, from then on, they are responsible for leading everyone in the Supreme Guild through the third world. The killer mercenaries happily replied that it was not a problem. Xiao Yao watches Yue exit on the portal. Then he expressed that he now understands why the boss values him so much. When Yue got back to the safe zone, he caught the attention of the many because of his pet. A lot of people find it cool. One person was able to recognize that it's the Skeleton King boss from the City of Death map. It made them question if Beast Masters are that strong. Yue checked the status screen of the Dark Skeleton King. It is at a rare grade, with 0 out of 10 evolution. Its physical attack is at 640 with 14 stars, physical defense is 555 with 12 stars, magic defense 533 with 12 stars, HP 6088 with 18 stars, and MP 511 with 15 stars. This is a rare grade pet with different special effects like Divine Might that increases Dark Skeleton King's attack by 20% and defense by 10%. Another special effect is Overlord Body that increases Dark Skeleton King's HP by 20%. It also has different skills like Lord of Shadows, a passive grade, a skill that reduces damage taken by a Dark Skeleton King by 20% and increases its damage by 20%. The other skill is Shadow Sword Array, an active grade A skill that summons giant swords falling from the sky to trap enemies. Enemies inside cannot escape and take 120% of Skeleton King's damage per second for 3 seconds. It has a cooldown of 10 seconds. That stat met Yue's expectations. He already knew that the growth stats are higher than normal, but is still lacking skills. He remembered that the quest reward had 2 skill books. He planned to teach them to the Skeleton King. There is the deadly taunt that taunts up to 3 monsters within 30 yards, forcing them to attack him and reduce their damage to him by 30% for 10 seconds. The cooldown is 20 seconds. However, this won't work on players, only damage reduction would apply. The other skill is Ultra Light Slash, which launches a supersonic slash at the enemy, dealing 270% physical damage. This damage ignores 40% of the target's physical defense. The cooldown is 5 seconds. The Skeleton King absorbed the details. Out of the blue, Yan appeared. Yue asked why she's there. She asked him if he killed June. Yue replied that he wanted to, but he didn't get a chance since Pei had killed him. Yan was relieved that it wasn't him. Yue asked her why. She replied that Chen Tianqi only has one son and that Chen Jun, so he's overly protective. She knew that whoever killed Jun would be hunted down by Tianqi. Yue acknowledged that she risked her life to help him, and she even went there just to tell him that. That made Yan blush, happy and expectant. Yue called her loyal. It wasn't what she's expecting him to say. She told him that she lost a resurrection just for him and even dropped in level. With that, she prompted him on how he's going to make it up to her. Yue frowned, then advised her to go home and rest first and offered to take her through the third world the next evening. Yan seemed pleased with that. At Yue's home, he was glad to finally have a break. His phone rang, and when he checked, it was from an unknown number. He picked it up and immediately the other person on the line thanked him. It was Pei. Yue asked him how he knew his number. Pei revealed that he asked the second young lady of the Su family. He clarified that he didn't mean anything by it, and that he just truly wanted to thank him for giving them a chance to turn over a new leaf. He shared that Chiki is everything to him and for her. He's willing to do anything. That is why he lost his mind and let someone use him. He expressed that will start anew. He planned that after taking the Supreme Guilt through the third world, they will keep climbing upward and stop doing those sneaky tricks in the third world. Yue expressed that it was good that Pei had made that decision. The next day, Yue woke up because someone was knocking on his door. He asked who it was. The man on the other side replied that it was delivery. Yue opened the door confused because he didn't order anything. He was surprised at what he saw. It was a note saying that they are looking forward to seeing him in the professional tournament. After receiving the message, Yue got alarmed that someone knew his true identity. He wondered if it was someone who is also a reincarnator like him. Then his phone buzzed. Yan told him to look at the news at once. He did what was told and saw that the 100th Professional Glory Tournament was about to start. The Killer Mercenaries' headquarters has been a bloodbath, with 42 professionals and a 9-year-old tragically killed. He instantly knew that it was Pei and his daughter. The entire Killer Guild was wiped out, not even the children were spared. He wonders if there's a connection since they were killed at 6 in the morning, at the same time that he received the mysterious letter. He grabbed his coat at once, since he knows that he can't stay there any longer. He planned to find a new place to stay. He walked on the busy streets. After changing 3 taxis, going around the city 3 times, and wandering through various residential areas, if someone was following him, he expects them to have shaken them off. The next thing he did was to look for a place to stay. A woman welcomed him and asked if he's looking for a place to stay. He replied yes. The woman offered him a house in the nearby community. She asked if he wanted to take a look. They went to the place. While inside the house, the woman explained the benefits of getting to that place. First, the Shiue yachting community is the most popular in the area. Also, it is pretty convenient. And although it's an old building, it has great cost performance. Yue simply replied, okay. The woman got excited and told him that she'll be preparing the contract. Yue answered his phone. Even if he was, the woman continued to say that the price is reasonable and the roommates are easy to get along with. Yan was on the other line, confirming their plans for that night. Yue replied that they're still on, and she happily responded that she will wait for him. Yue signed the contract and wired the money. Now, all that's left to do for him is to conquer the third world. We then see Yan waiting for him. She's approached by men, offering to help her fight the skeletons. She awkwardly replied that she already has a teammate. They pestered her to go call her teammate. That's when Yue arrived. He approached her and told her that he had arrived. The men looked down on him since he's alone, and on top of that, a beast master. They criticized his stats, saying that its damage is lower than a priest, and defense is worse than an assassin, and speed slower than mage. They told Yan that her teammate isn't enough and encouraged her to team up with them instead. Unexpectedly, someone grabbed the man by the collar. It was Yao. He was annoyed that this man dared to steal his brother's woman. Xiaoyao told him that he's being too high profile and it would cause trouble for Yue. He realized that Xiaoyao has a point. With an annoyed expression on his face, he told those men to get lost. Then he made an excuse that he was being rash with his words. Yan asked who those people were. Yue informed her that he called for help. He knew Xiaoyao can provide support and Shenyi is a healer. He told them that it isn't complicated because all they have to do is to protect themselves and stay away from the battlefield. He invited them to head off. Yue and Yan walked in front while Yao, Xiaoyao, and Shenyi followed. Yan opened the topic on how Tianqi is so ruthless that he didn't even spare the little girl. She uttered that anyone with a discerning eye knew that it must be Tianqi who was avenging his son, but without substantial evidence, even the police could not convict him. Yue replied that it's not that simple, since some things can't be judged just by the surface. Yan expressed her worry that the next target would be Yue because he knew that Yue had been involved with Jun. Yue simply replied that it's fine because he can protect himself. While they were chatting, those 3 at the back could feel that they are the unnecessary third wheels. Yao expressed that it would be enough if Yue would remember him. Yue asked them if they were ready. They all replied, yes. The screen prompted them if they want to form a team to start the third world boss challenge. They tapped yes. The portal started to form. They went through it. All of them wore their game faces and were determined to finish quickly. They arrived at the third world, the Death God's Descent World boss domain. Yao commented that the place doesn't look special at all. Several bats flew towards their direction, and then a sharp eye appeared. The boss monster appeared. It was gigantic and had a muscular body with wings and 2 horns on its head. Yao couldn't help but express that the third world's boss, Death God Kaisa, looked really tough to handle. Yue secretly activated his detection technique. It showed the status screen of the boss monster. Death God Kaisa is a level 30 magic type 3-star boss. Its magical attack is 1,180, physical defense 520, magic defense 550, and HP at 60,000. Its skills include Death God's Eye, Death Roar, Breath of Death. This boss monster is the ruler of the third world, and each night, he descends into the third world. Yue was relieved that although it looked tougher than the previous bosses, he now has 2 pets and a full set of necromancer gear. And with his increased battle power, he thinks he could handle it. The boss monster roared loudly. That summoned a lot of creatures like bats, something like spiders, even knights. As response to that, Yue called the Dark Skeleton King and Skeleton Warriors. He ordered them to kill them all. The Skeleton Warriors leapt out and attacked the opponent's skeleton. Yue supported them by releasing fireballs. Flame engulfed the battlefield. Shenyi's jaw dropped when he saw that. He asked what kind of damage it was. He shared that before, even with 5 of them teaming up, they could barely take down 1 skeleton warrior in a minute. That's why he couldn't believe that Yue just wiped out a group of them in a flash alone. Yue informs them that he's going to handle the boss solo, and the rest could take care of the minions and protect themselves. Especially Yao, since he just revived, so he better stand far away and not get killed instantly. It was a good battle since it was king versus king, both boss tier, so it's exciting to find out who's stronger. Xiao Yao agreed. He got distracted when he couldn't see Yao. Funnily, Yao is already hiding behind a rock at a distance. He thanked Yue for his concern and assured him that he will protect himself. Yue ordered the Dark Skeleton King to use Deadly Taunt to draw Death God Kaisa's attention. Then he instructed the skeleton warriors to clear out the trash mobs around. Death God Kaisa slowly created blades to throw, but before it could finish, the Dark Skeleton King had already punched it. Shenyi was shocked how tanky the Skeleton King is. Yue released more attacks. It dealt damage consecutively until the Death God Kaisa got annoyed and roared loudly. While healing Xiao Yao, Shenyi's jaw dropped again. His snot dripped, his eyes wide as he couldn't believe how a level 33-star boss is like a regular mob in front of Yue. Xiao Yao noticed how chatty he is and requested that he focus more. The Skeleton Warrior, Skeleton King, and Yue attacked all together. The boss monster couldn't prevent its impending doom. Eventually, the screen showed a congratulatory message for killing the level 33-star boss, Death God Kaisa. The rewards include plus 49,000 EXP, 50% guaranteed for a 5-player team, final hit, plus 20%, extra energy, plus 30 million. All 4 of them watched how Yue ended the fight. It was followed by a zone announcement in the Holy Light Graveyard. It was stated that Zero defeated the world boss Death God Kaisa and cleared the 3rd world, Death God's Descent. Yao exclaimed that it was expected of Yue to finish the boss so fast. He speculated that they are the first group to clear the 3rd world boss. Yue asked them what their plans are and if it includes heading to the 4th world. He told them that even though he helped them beat the boss, their strength isn't quite enough to handle normal mobs in the 4th world, so he suggested that they level up first. Yan and Yao looked at each other, then agreed that he's right. Yan told him that she'll stay in the 3rd world for a few more days to level up before moving on. Yao also listened to his advice. With that, they left that world. Yue arrived at his home. His plan was to get some rest and tackle the 4th world the next day. But when he's about to lay on his bed, he touched something. It spooked him. There was a woman in his bed. He raised his tone when he asked who she was. The woman was even talking in her sleep. Yue was dumbfounded. He called the sales agent and asked if it was the shared apartment that he signed for. The agent replied yes and reminded him that she told him the roommate is easy to get along with. He asked when she had said it. She told him not to spout nonsense because she's just doing business honestly. He added that she did her best to find him a good place, and he didn't say anything against sharing before. Yue admitted to himself that it looked like he was too anxious and didn't pay attention to details. He told the woman to find him a whole rental instead. The woman agreed, but advised him to speak up earlier. She mentioned that to help him save some more money, then promised to call him if there's a suitable place. He peeked inside the room. When he saw the woman, he decided to just leave. He remembered that the letter mentioned the National Pro League. It kicks off in half a month. It starts with city prelims, provincial championships, national challenges, and the world finals. To know more about the rules, they have to sign up. The previous record shows that the first place is Lighthouse Nation, while Dragon Nation ranked 5th. You realize that a nation's strength is measured not only by their progress in conquering other worlds, but also their rank in the world finals. In his past life, he died too early for it, so this time, he's determined to surpass his previous record. He tapped the back of his hand. He was thinking of leveling up quickly because to enter the Pro League, he needs to reach level 30. He received a text message. Yao requested for his help. Meanwhile, in the 3rd World Wild Zone, Shadowland. In front of Yao are 3 women. They questioned him if he could really do it because it felt like they were wasting time already. Yao insists that a man never says that he can't. Even if his crew couldn't beat the map, he had faith that Yue could. As if on cue, Yue arrived and asked what was going on. Yao was happy to see him. The women were unimpressed when they saw that it was just a flimsy beast tamer. They doubted that he could be of help in finishing the quest. Yao invited him to their team to help them clear the map for them. As long as they are in the party, anyone's kill counts. Yue was amused that he's power leveling for girls. Yao replied that he can't lose face. Then he informed Yue that there's a level 27 2-start skeleton boss in the map, and even after sending 7 to 10 guys, they still failed. He wanted Yue to help and place the faith of his reputation on him. Yue told them to wait outside because there's no need to come in. The women were confused why he's going alone. They think it was a joke and he's just being a show-off. 3 minutes later, Yue had returned. They were confused on why he's already back. They assumed that it was to ask for help. But Yue reported that he had killed the boss, and so he's off to do his thing. Yao was pleased. Those women thought that they were being fooled until the screens popped out and informed them that the boss had been killed. Yao emphasized how his bro is the best. He asked those three who among them is going to be his 7-day girlfriend since they lost the bet. He saw the brown-haired woman walking away, so he asked if she's trying to run. She told him that she'd make it up to him next time. The woman chased after Yue and called him Asura. He replied that Asura died in a battle 100 years ago. The woman firmly replied that he didn't die because he's there. She pointed out that Yue is him. Yue grabbed her neck and angrily asked if she sent the letter. He probed on who she was. She told him that she'd reveal it if he helped her with one thing. His rage heightened with that threat. She assured him that she won't tell anyone about it as long as he helps her. He contemplated, since if he kills her, he'll lose his only lead. He asked what she wanted him to do. She invited him to team up with her in the Pro League. The brown-haired woman wanted him to carry her through the city prelims. He asked if she's doing it for money. She replied that she wanted to prove herself. He told her that whatever her reason, she should come talk to him again when she reaches level 30 and had signed up for the National Pro League. That made her happy. She asked if she could get his contact number. Yue was cold to her. He suddenly stopped walking, which made her bump into him. He turned his head and told her not to follow him. He emphasized that she should find him once she had signed up. She replied, "Okay." The system screen showed Yue that he should choose the world that he wants to enter. He chose the 4th world, Dragon Valley. The portal opened. The system screen welcomed him to the 4th world, Dragon Valley. And based on his login location, Linhai City, his current safe zone is the Temple of Light. The system informed him that the safe zone is shared between Linhai City and Gangyang City. All players from both locations belong to the Temple of Light. Yue was in awe of the world of dragons. The background of the 4th world, Dragon Valley, is that 1,000 years ago, after the battle between the light dragons and dark dragons, both leaders signed a peace pact, agreeing to mutual non-aggression. However, the Dark Dragon clan has secretly been regaining strength. In the past 100 years, they frequently invaded light territory. 9 centuries of peace have dulled the light dragon's fighting edge. The adventurers are tasked to assist the knights of the Light Dragon clan in defending the Temple of Light. The World Quest 1 is to kill at least 3 different Lord-class Dark Dragons, and second is to gain level 5 trust from 1 Dragon Knight. Once the world quests are completed, the 4th world boss challenge portal will be unlocked. If that happens, they have to kill the boss to enter the 5th world. He planned that when he safely reached level 30 and completed his 2nd class change, he would unlock a 2nd pet slot. And he wanted to have a flying dragon as a pet. He decided to take on some quests first. At the Dark Mountains, the dark skeleton battled with the dragon. It forced open the dragon's mouth. Yue is doing the Boost the Morale normal quest. On this quest, adventurers were tasked to head to the Dark Mountains in the Northern Light Continent and hunt 12 dark giant dragons to boost the Light Dragon clan's morale. The reward is EXP plus 100,000, energy plus 15,000, trust plus 20. Random 2 to 3 star equipment, silver coins, plus 40. Duration is days. Yue is well aware that the prerequisite for completing the world quest is gaining trust. Grinding monsters is the only way for him to level up the quest. The dragon emitted a blinding light from its mouth which made the dark skeleton step back. Then it counterattacked with a powerful punch. The skeleton warrior followed it with a slash on its neck. Yue watched the fight from the edge of a cliff. He was relieved that the Skeleton King has high defense because the Black Dragon didn't do that much damage to it, and with the Skeleton Warriors fighting alongside the Skeleton King, he knew it was more than enough. He checked the status of the Dark Magic Dragon. It's a normal magic-type monster at level 31. Its attack is 1080, physical defense is 500, magic defense is 520, and HP is 9800. It has Dragon Flame skill and Dragon Breath. The system noticed that the dragons of the Dark Clans had overwhelming power beyond imagination. While he leaves the fighting to his pets, he researches on how to efficiently complete the tasks. When suddenly, a loud noise caught his attention. He saw several dragons in the sky. It was rushing towards their direction. He realized that it was a hidden quest. It's the first time he had seen one. The system displayed that due to his location, a cutscene was triggered. He actually unlocked a hidden opportunity. He was asked if he wanted to upgrade the completed quest boost the morale to a rare hidden quest, Crush the Darkness. He wanted to upgrade immediately. The system congratulated him for receiving the hidden quest, Crust the Darkness. The quest difficulty has increased, and rewards have been upgraded. The hidden quest, Crush the Darkness, has a difficulty rating of 550. It's stated that a large number of dark dragons have emerged in the ancient ruins in the north of the Light Continent. They are preparing to launch an invasion. The adventurer was tasked to work with the Light Clan dragons to wipe out all the dark dragons in the ruins. The rewards are plus 600,000 EXP, plus 12 gold coins, plus 200 trust with Light Clan, random 3-star random equipment, 2 selectable skill books, 3 elite pet eggs time. The time limit is an hour. Inability to complete this would garner a -1 level penalty, which means the -300 trust with all Light Clan NPCs, and failing to eliminate all black dragons within the time limit, or dying during the quest results in failure. He moved along with the Dark Skeleton and the Skeleton Warrior to check it out. They arrived at the area, and they were welcomed with a thundering roar. Yue could tell that the fight had already started. The dragons roasted the opposing side with their flames. Yue could tell that the situation is one-sided. The black dragons were no match for the light dragons, so he expected to finish this quest easily. But he realized that it wouldn't be that simple. The dragon emits purple flame. It was so powerful that Yue almost got caught up in it. Good thing the Dark Skeleton protected him. The dragon who unleashed that attack is the Dark Battle Dragon Lord. It is at level 35 physical type Lord monster. Yue felt overwhelmed seeing that, and there's even 3 of it. He thought that it could be the end of him. The dragon spoke to him, saying that the Light Clan is doomed, and him siding with them means that he'll meet his end. Yue was caught off guard that it can speak human language. It gave him one chance to abandon the light and join the Dark Clan, and if he does that, his life will be spared. He didn't expect to get this kind of offer. He is well aware that if he refuses, it means that he'd die in vain and lose the level, which means he'd earn a penalty. He considered joining them because at least he won't die. It made him think that it's no longer a hidden quest, but a trap set by the Dark Dragon Clan. He reasoned that if he can't beat, then he'll just have to join them. He agreed to the Dark Battle Dragon Lord. A portal appeared. He was invited to go in. He contemplated for a bit, and eventually stepped in. The dark dragons followed behind. On the other side of the portal is a dark mountain, and Yue was placed in the dark hall. It was a dark room slightly lit from the purple flame. The system informed him that he is at the Dark Hall, which is not a safe zone, but it will serve as his log-in, log-out, and respawn point. There, he met the Dark Dragon Knight leader, Goya. He welcomed him there and invited him to join hands as they destroy the hypocritical Light Clan and rule over the entire Dragon Valley. The system informed him that if he joins the Dark Clan, he will no longer be able to enter the Temple of Light or receive quotes from Light Clan NPCs. He was asked if he'd accept. Then another screen showed up to inform him that the time has expired and his hidden quest, Crush the Darkness, has failed. He received penalty -1, and trust with all Light Clan NPCs was deduced of -300. As far as he knew, no player had ever defected from the Light Clan in the Fourth World. He just accepted whatever the present situation is. The Dark Dragon Knight wants him to prove his loyalty. He must go to the Light Clan's territory and hunt down some light giant dragons. Yue is aware that the Light Clan only gives quests through basic NPCs, but the Dark Clan leader can give quests too, and the rewards are 50% higher. The system screen showed the regular quest, Against the Light, which has a difficulty of 400. Since Destruction City is a long-standing battlefield between the Light Clan and Dark Clan, he was tasked to go there and assist the Dark Clan by defeating 300 light giant dragons and 360 light flame war dragons. His reward is 180,000 EXP, plus 24,000 special energy, random 3-star equipment, plus 36 on Goya's trust, plus 75 coins. The limit for this quest is 2 days. Yue knew that the light giant dragons are roughly equal in strength to the dark magic dragons. So he saw the whole situation as a reverse setup, but with the same content and better reward, so it doesn't matter to him who he kills. Suddenly, he received a message from the brown-haired girl requesting for his help on a quest. She offered to pay him 560 yuan. He was about to reply that there's no need for a payment since he only agreed to help her get through the preliminaries and not grind a quest. But before he could send that, the girl messaged again telling him that if he helps her, she'll tell him a secret about Asura. She would be waiting for him in the wilderness of the City of Death. Yue thought about it. Meanwhile, in the wilderness in the City of Death, the brown-haired girl was waiting for him. She was surprised that he came. She explained that she's about to do the quest with her friends, but they ditched her. There's only half a day left before the time's up, and it was too late for her to find a new party. And among the people she knew, he's the strongest, so she contacted him. Yue was still cold to her. He told her that he didn't care about her drama with her fake friends, and he just wanted to hurry up and finish the quest. She replied, okay. Unexpectedly, Yan came. She was surprised to see him, so she asked why he's grinding in the city of death. Then she noticed the girl. With a scowl on her face, she asked who she was. The girl introduced herself as Ning Tiantian, his cousin. She explained that she asked him to help her with the quest. Tiantian whispered to Yue that she'd keep everything a secret. Yan became friendly upon learning that she is his cousin. She decided to help out too. Yue liked that. A few moments later, a wide area of the forest exploded. Yan immobilized the enemy while Yue attacked it. Their teamwork is great. A horde of zombies charged towards them, but it turned into ashes in an instant. Tiantian was impressed with Yan. She saw how confident she was and compared herself to her. She could feel how useless she was, especially that she's just tagging along. She expressed that they cleared the mobs so fast. Yan replied that it happens when paired with Yue. Someone recognized Yue because he helped them with a boss too. But they were confused as to why Tiantian was with him. They remembered Tiantian ran off right after the boss fight, so they knew she's clinging to him. The ones who noticed them then thought of telling Brother Dai that his girlfriend is cheating on him. Meanwhile, Tiantian thanked Yue and Yan. Yan left because she needed to level up quickly. She told Yue that once she reaches level 25, she'd look for him in the fourth world. Yue asked what was the secret that she knew. She told him that Asura lives in Linhai City in the Shiyue Elegance community. Yue got alarmed. In a blink of an eye, he summoned the Dark Skeleton and the Skeleton Warrior. The Dark Skeleton grabbed her by the neck, while Yue interrogated her on who she truly is. She was choking, but she managed to say that their agreement is that he will help her finish the Pro League competition, and only then will she answer him. The Dark Skeleton tightened his hold. Yue admits that she's smart. He told her to come back once she reached level 30. He threatened to bury her if she lied to him. She swore that she'll never allow anyone to know about it. Yue was already thinking of leaving that residence once he completed the quest, for his own safety. In the Fourth World's City of Destruction, a group of people saw the toasted dragon on the ground. One of the people is the god of war, unrivaled. He was furious that Tiantian, that bitch, dared to betray him. One hooded man asked, "Who's so bold to steal their Vice Guild leader's girl?" Unrivaled replied that he had no idea since the other party is using a hidden ID. His only lead is that the guy is a beast tamer and has a skeleton king. One of his men informed him that the dark dragon had moved out of the attack range. He decided to focus on finishing the quest first. When they arrived, they saw someone there. It was Yue. Unrivaled asked them what they're afraid of when no one could snatch things from them. He called the man and ordered him to help them pick up loot. Yue glanced at them. In his head, he was surprised how fast they are for clearing the third world already. But he also considered that they could be a veteran. Unrivaled glared at him and questioned if he wanted to oppose the God of War Guild. Yue never heard of it. He wondered if it was a guild from Linhai City. He didn't dwell on that much, and since his quest is different from theirs, he decided not to get involved. He simply walked away. Unrivaled thinks lowly of him, because he's just a beast tamer, so Yue's arrogant action made him furious. His men stopped him and told him not to be impulsive, especially when there's a time limit on the quest. They encouraged him to let the man go. They realized that a beast tame appearing in the fourth world is quite strange, and they haven't even seen the guy in the third world. They remembered that their Gangyang City and Linhai City both accessed the fourth world, so they speculated that the man was a top player from there. Unrivaled vowed that the next time he sees him, he'd make sure that he dies of miserable death. Unexpectedly, the system screen appeared, and the news made Unrivaled smile. It informed him that the boss Destruction Corpse dragon has spawned in their map, City of Destruction. And with that, he triggered a hidden opportunity where he was offered to upgrade the completed quest against the darkness to the rare hidden quest. Slay the Corpse Dragon. The quest can only be accepted by one player. He called his brothers and told them that they got lucky. He sought their help to take down the boss and promised them plenty of rewards. A large dragon flew across the sky. It attacked using the skill Decay Dragon's Breath. Other dragons tried to run away from it. Unrivaled ordered his brothers to grab their gear. He was determined to do the quest even if it meant death, but unexpectedly, his foot was electrocuted. It froze him in place and the dragon released its breath attack. He got suspicious that someone was there. Yue stepped out and told him that the boss is his. Seeing him made Unrivaled blood boil. He thought he had left already. He challenged him if he had what it takes to steal the boss. Yue warned him for the first and last time to leave the boss's range within 10 seconds. Unrivaled thinks he's nothing since he's alone. He ordered his brothers to kill him. They shot an arrow towards him. Yue summoned a skeleton warrior and deflected that attack. Then he released a counterattack which dealt minus 2,315 critical hits. The man who got burned yelled loudly. The system informed him that he had killed the god of war Dazuna, and since he attacked the Destruction Corpse dragon, he was within Yue's hunting range, so he wasn't penalized for it. Unrivaled's guild got overwhelmed upon seeing the one-shot kill to a level 24 full health archer. They were caught off guard that the damage was that high. Then it made them puzzled as to why the corpse dragon didn't attack him. Yue's hidden quest is to protect the corpse dragon. The appearance of it will attack Light Clan players, so Yue must prevent it from being killed. The rewards include plus 750,000 EXP, plus 15 gold, plus 300 Goya Trust, 3 random 3-star gear, 3 skill book of choice, and 5 elite pet eggs. The system informed him that during the quest, all players who attack the corpse dragon will be marked as his hunt targets, and killing them does not increase in value. The quest time was 23:48, and failure to complete this will give him level -1 penalty and -300 trust on all Dark Clan NPC. If the corpse dragon dies within the limited time, the quest is a failure. Yue summoned the Skeleton King. The guild members couldn't believe that Yue had allied with the corpse dragon. Unrivaled realized that it was Yue who cucked him. Yue was determined not to fail this quest, especially when he failed the last one. Before they could move, the corpse dragon unleashed a powerful attack. One of the guild members pointed out to their vice guild leader that the corpse dragon was already hard enough to deal with, and now there's a mysterious guy in the mix. Yue told them that they can't run away. He roasted another man again. Immediately, Unrivaled ordered them to fall back at once and inform the guild leader. They plan to act once their main force arrives. They walked away. The quest had 24 hours to complete, so he expected them to come back soon. He decided to wait for them there. Then he recalled what the guy said. He could understand that he stole the boss, but the part about him stealing his woman puzzled him. Meanwhile, at the forum, the topic was the God of War Guild. It is the second-ranked guild in Zhejiang Ningbo province. Yue realized that the guild was strong, and he needed to find some help. He told the Dragon Corps to wait for him there. Yan was surprised to find out that Yue was actually clashing with the God of War Guild. She knew he'd be at a disadvantage alone. She ordered her guild to finish the world quest quickly and push for the world boss to enter the fourth world. The Dark Dragon Knight informed Yue that he was attacked by the Light Clan. With that, he had a favor to ask. Yue listened to him. He heard that when the Light Clan does quests, they never offer any help. He didn't expect the Dark Clan to be that righteous. Yue informed the Dark Dragon Knight that he's doing the quest, Protect the Corpse Dragon, and the enemy is about to launch a massive assault, and he hoped for help from the Dark Clan. The Dark Dragon Knight assured that darkness will never let its believers fight alone. Suddenly, Yue was notified that the destroyed corpse dragon was under attack. He was requested to head to the City of Destruction immediately to protect the corpse dragon. He didn't expect it to happen that fast. He decided to head there first. The Dark Dragon Knight wished for darkness to be with him. The corpse dragon roared loudly. Then it let out a powerful beam from its mouth. The humans were protected by a large barrier. Then Unrivaled ordered the mages to trap it. Chains have wrapped around the corpse dragon's body. It struggled and roared loudly. The attackers charged in to strike it down. Again, the corpse dragon bellowed another loud roar. Suddenly, lightning struck the attackers. Yue had arrived. Unrivaled ordered his men to stop the beast tamer quickly. Yue warned them that if they don't want to die, they should get lost. He summoned the Dark Skeleton. One man ordered that they deal with the dragon while he faced the beast tamer. This person is Tianqian, the guild leader of the War of God Guild, and he's a lightning mage. When Yue saw him, he questioned if he's the one who touched his dragon boss. In response, Tianqian inquired if he's the one who killed the members of his guild. Without wasting any second, Tianqian struck him with lightning. The Dark Skeleton deflected it for Yue. That surprised him, because normally his damage is enough to one-shot any opponent below level 30. He can't believe that he can't even scratch one of his skeleton pets. The skeleton warrior attacked him. He knew not to clash with it head-on. They moved so fast that only a trail of light was left. He used a magic shield when flames were about to hit him. But the flames were stronger as it started to create cracks on the shield. Eventually, the shield shatters and he screams out loud for getting hit. In no time, he was back on his feet. He couldn't believe that a single person had pushed him that far. He wondered what kind of monster that guy was. Tianqin declared that he will never be pushed back by Yue alone. Yue told him that even if he exhausts the entire guild's power, he still won't let him win. The dragon corpse roared again. It was a summoning roar. Several dragons appeared in the sky. Tianqin got flustered. Yue asked him if he wanted to continue struggling desperately. He was in a pinch. Then he ordered the guild to retreat. Unrivaled argued that if they did, they would fail the hidden quest. He tried to encourage him that they can defeat the guy and the corpse dragon. But Tianqian questioned him if he really wanted their guild to be wiped out by a single quest. He asked why that corpse dragon included those 3 Lord Black Dragons, not attacking the beast tamer. It led him to believe that the guy was there not to steal the boss, but to protect it. It pained him, but he ordered Unrivaled to drop the quest at once since it's impossible to complete it. He replied that he understood. Tianqian told him that if they meet the guy again, he should remind him. In Unrivaled's head, the brat that stole his woman should prepare to die. 24 hours later, we saw lots of dragons were just chilling on the ground and took a rest. The system screen congratulated Yue for successfully guarding the destroyed corpse dragon for 24 hours. With that, the quest has been completed. The dragon rejoiced. Yue approached it. He pets it and tells him that they should go since it's over. He watched the dragons fly away. Then the system screen appeared to show him rewards. He got plus 750,000 EXP, plus 15 gold, plus 300 Goya Trust, plus 300 on equipment obtained. He received the Destroyer Ring, Destroyer Armor, Destroyer Greaves, plus 3 skill book of his choice, and plus 5 Elite Pet Egg. With that, Yue leveled up to level 28. His trust level with the Dark Clan leader Goya reached level 3. The next level requires 300 trust points. He likes the quest rewards. He planned to give the Destroyer set to the Skeleton King. When an adventurer hits level 30 and second job, they can unlock 6 skill slots and a second pet slot. He decided to keep the eggs thinking that it would yield rare rewards later on. Suddenly, something caught his attention. It was a message saying that he's needed and it's urgent. He got curious on what the emergency is all about. At the City of Destruction, the guild member asked if Unrivaled really thinks that the brat will actually show up. Unrivaled replied that he didn't think he'd come, but he ordered that as soon as they see him, they have to notify the leader immediately while he stalls the brat. Then he was informed that the brat appeared. Unrivaled ordered them to tell the leader to bring reinforcements. He blocked Yue's path and got ready for combat. He thinks that now, without those black dragons helping him, he'd like to see if the brat is still arrogant. Yue simply asked him if his level decreased. It was a blow to Unrivaled's pride. He argued that it was all Yue's fault. He claims that Yue stole his human so he couldn't forgive him. Yue was tired of that when he didn't even know what he's saying. Unrivaled assumed that he's pretending to be dumb. Lightning struck the ground between them. It angered him that someone dared to stop him. He saw that it was their guild leader. He reported to the leader that they found the guy who sabotaged their quest and was waiting for orders. Tianqian told him that he will handle him. Unrivaled, with a smug expression, told the brat that he's dead meat. Yue summoned his staff. Tianqian had a seriously scary expression on his face, so his next statement was shocking. He invited him to join their guild. Unrivaled's jaw dropped. He told Yue that if he agrees, he can overlook the fact that he offended their guild. He told him to consider it a chance to atone. Yue asked them if the people in their guild have eyes on their forehead because they keep looking down on people. Tianqian got offended and asked if he's choosing to become an enemy of their guild. He stopped when he heard someone yell, "Who dares touch him?" On the right side, Yao appeared with his guild. On the left, it was the Misty Rain Pavilion. They both declared that they are on Yue's side. Unrivaled was so shocked. Even Tianqian had his mouth gaped open. He asked them if they really want to go against the province's second-ranked guild. Yao doesn't care if they are second-ranked when he's inferior to him when it comes to money and looks. Yan added that Yue is under their protection too. Unrivaled told them that they are just the 3rd and 5th rank and they must be seeking death. He ordered his brothers to come in charge of him. Tianqian told him to wait. Then he ordered to fall back for now. Unrivaled couldn't easily accept that. He tried to convince him to fight them head-on. He believes that their guild is more powerful than them. Tianqian explained that National Pro League competition is around the corner, so they shouldn't waste their strength on a useless fight. Unrivaled understood, so he apologized for not thinking that far. Tian Qian stated that a beast tamer with that strength and is protected by two major guilds must have some extraordinary background. He wanted to recruit him into their guild one day. Then they left. Yao asked Yue if he's okay. Yue replied that he's fine. Yan knew that those men thought that Yue was alone and was easy to bully. Yao claimed that they'll have to answer to his great sword first. Since he's approached by both guilds, he asked them what's up. Yan invited him to the Misty Rain Pavilion. Yao also extended an invitation to join the Supreme Guild. Seeing that they both have offers to Yue, those two clashed. They argued over Yue. Yan promised him that he can name his own salary. Yao promised him the treasury key and sexy, beautiful girls to serve him every day. Hearing that Yao offers him women, she calls him shameless and disgusting. Yao argues that it's a normal male biological need. He added that if Yue joins her guild, his needs won't be met. Then Yan asked loudly why she wouldn't meet his needs. Those two were dumbfounded. She got embarrassed from what she said. Yue told them that there's no point in arguing because he won't join any guilds. Since he's in the fourth world, his focus is on leveling up and doing quests. Yan and Yao accepted his decision. When he walked away, she asked him where he's going. She probed if he's not doing quests. He replied that he's going to take one. Then she uttered that the Hall of Light isn't in that direction. She asked where he's going to get the quests. Yao also had no idea. Meanwhile, in a nice, cozy home, a man was on his computer. He read about the hidden quest that no one dared to take. He thought it was just a myth. This man was unrivaled. Upon learning that, he came up with a way to handle him without losing a single soldier. In the fourth world, the dragons attacked the humans. The dragon was on a rampage. Yan saw how it was enraged again. Yao wasn't surprised because every year a fool tries to steal a dragon egg and the divine dragon goes rampaging to find the thief. They were surprised when Yue appeared. Yao invited him to team up. Yan stated that if they work together, they can grind faster. Yue declined since he's doing a different quest. He had to go to the light side to grind the mobs. He wanted to reach level 30 quickly to unlock the second advancement. Yan was confused because it's a place to take a quest and not for grinding. A loud roar captured their attention, and it came from a dragon in the sky. It's a level 35 4-star boss, the Divine Light Dragon. Yao wondered why it was so angry. Yue could just assume that someone stole its egg. He assured them that they won't be attacked since it's just looking for the thief. The dragon spotted something. Without doubt, it landed in front of Yue. Now they're confused because he just said that it won't attack him. Yao tried to reason with the dragon by explaining that they didn't steal its egg. The dragon didn't care, though, because it had already released a fire breath.
That's all the time we have for today. If you want to watch the next part, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and see you on to the next one.